Hello, y'all on YouTube. This is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Welcome, everybody. How is everybody tonight? Just Nate. Welcome, channel member. Appreciate you being here tonight. Just Nate. Boy, I can't pronounce. Talk. El Cap Addict. Welcome. Appreciate you being here, channel member. Thank you so much. Colby Venable. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Well, hello, Colby. Appreciate you being here this evening. Welcome. Who else we got? Chris Hinkle. Welcome, Chris. Channel member. Appreciate you being here this evening. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody tonight? Audio seems to be okay. Can you all confirm the audio is good, I hope? Greetings, Tyler Williams. Appreciate you being here this evening. Welcome. This evening we have one of those experiences that I wanted to talk about. When you get a hold of a grill knife that you can't get, but someone is kind enough to let you borrow, and you get it in hand, and it is as good, if not better, than you expected. What do you do? So there you go. That happened to me this week, thanks to an awesome subscriber, by the way. Just kind of blew me out of the water. So there you go. All right. So El Cap Addict, did I say hello? I don't know if I did. I thought I did, but I'll say it again. How's everybody's weekend been? And Monday? Monday is always, it's that Monday. It's been a pretty good Monday for me. It's been busy at work, though. Really busy. We had a bummer Sunday. The garage door opener broke again. The spring this time. We just got the wire coils that attached to the side of the garage. Got that put back on, reframed the door panels and everything. And spring coil broke, just snapped, popped really loud. So now I got to wait till Wednesday for them to come out to replace that. So that's a fun weekend. My wife's car is stuck in the garage. So we're having to split cars because I happen to be out of the garage, or else I'd be taking the entire garage door apart so I can get in there. Chris Henkel, how is everybody's week been? If you didn't know, the knife that I'm talking about, you saw the unboxing today, and it was the Knoll Knives Voodoo. Better than I had expected, I will tell you that. So I'll go ahead and bring this over here so we have a little better view. But this is the Knoll Knives Voodoo, which is phenomenal. If you get a chance to get a hold of one of these, I'm definitely going to be looking for the next one. The action on this is as good, if not better than I thought. So just beautiful drop shut. And these thumb studs, I don't know if you can see this, these thumb studs right up here. These are just a tripping thumb studs. They're like a little triangle. Let me see if I can get in focus here. A little triangle, you see that? But they work so well. I think what I'm thinking about is like the Chad or one of the Kunwu knives. They have sort of something like that, but these are just really nice. So yeah, this is not my knife. This is a borrowed knife. So all I get to do is I open and close it at the desk, and then I put it right back in the box because I want to. I'm being allowed to touch this knife. So that's the way I look at it, as an honor. So I really appreciate that. You know who you are, channel member. You are here, and I know who you are. And yes, I give you a big thank you. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Nuga Knives, welcome this evening. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining the live stream. My voice is a little hoarse. I don't know if you saw in that video too. Texas football has kicked off here in Texas. And I have a son plays for the football team, and then I have another son who's in band. So yeah, we get to yell a lot at the games. And this year our team is ranked #2 in the nation in small schools and #1 in the state. So it's another big year. A lot of pressure. Trying to do a 3-0 state championships. Big football here in Texas. Friday Night Lights is huge. So yeah. So my voice is a little hoarse, just so you know. Mind of Milton, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, by all means, go ahead and post the different channel members' links there. Let everyone know. Absolutely. Mind of Milton, check him out if you haven't already. Do subscribe. At least look at a video or two so that you can he can get credit for that subscription. What happens is if you just go and subscribe and you don't look at any videos, YouTube will assume that you were sent over there by a link or something and you didn't really intend to go because you're not watching their video. So they'll unsubscribe you, thinking that maybe a like something just made you go over there without your desire, right? So there you go. NFK20, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. What's up, guys? Yeah. It's a good day. We had rain yesterday and a good amount of rain. Mind of Milton. Oh, welcome. Yeah, Mind of Milton. Appreciate you being a channel member big time. That's awesome, man. Member for a month. Oh, Mind of Milton, you're a welcome Nerdy Knives enthusiast. Thank you. That is awesome. I appreciate that. We got to definitely do a little celebration for that. And then NFK20, member for a whole month. So got to do the salute there. That's for you, Mind of Milton. I appreciate it. And then for you, NFK20. There you go. A little better. A little better. It's getting there. Learn how to play it. The more I get to play it, the better I'll get, right? All right. Yeah, appreciate you putting that link up there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so we had rain. We had rain Sunday. It was awesome. Finally, this is the first day under 100 in 3 months. First rain in 3 months. So we are loving it. We are loving it, loving it, loving it. It is a big deal for us down here. You know, it's crazy hot. So we'll take the temperature. It's nice to get a little bit of cool weather here. All right, so there's the link for Just Nate. Please go check him out. If you haven't already, we'll go ahead and go do that. So let me open up my browser here. I'm going to get up the site here real quick so we can get there. Just, oops, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Well, actually, I'm just going to click on the link. How about I do that? All right, so, oh, well, let's go back. Why did it not pick up the channel? Let's try that again. I don't know why I didn't get the web page. Let's try one more time. There we go. All right, all right. It's weird sometimes. You have to, the way, the way my software works, you have to actually click on, you have to make sure it opens up just on the right page, or else it doesn't connect for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we're looking for Just Nate. Oh, we can get that open. If you have not subscribed already, go check him out. He's got 55 subscribers. Love to see maybe 100 tonight. That would be cool. That'd be cool. All right, so then we've got, who else we got here? We've got Just Nate. I've already clicked on that one. Which one else do we have? NFK20. All right, so here's NFK20. If you guys haven't had a chance to check him out. And he's got 46 subscribers. That'd be cool. Get him up to 100 as well. So please do check him out. And then we had Mind of Milton, I believe, earlier. So let's see where Milton is. 811 subscribers, getting close to that big 1,000. That's awesome, Milton. I hope you get there really soon. That's really cool. Oh, and we got Tyler Williams. Let's take a look there. Tyler Williams, 130 subscribers. Hey, look at that, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. That's cool. Oh, that's a nice little knife right there. I like that. The ProTech Les George. Is that in JG10 ProTech Les George? What? I got to take a look at that. Oh, we got to do the audio here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I snooze that so I don't get a copyright strike here. There we go. All right. That is a JG10 Les George ProTech. I didn't know they did JG10. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's really cool. So if you haven't had a chance, at least watch a video. Give them some credits there so that, you know, your subscription sticks. That's cool. That's cool, Just Nate. Yeah, you know, just put something out there and just keep doing it. You never know, you might like it. I mean, you're sharing what you love, your knives, things like that. And you just keep doing it, and sooner or later they get a little better every time. I know that. If you guys seen some of my first videos, they were rough. They were rough. You know, had a lot of heart. A lot of heart. So maybe they made up for it with heart, but they were rough. They were not polished. I'm not saying I'm polished now, but I'm less rough. How about that? That happens after a while. I think it's just like erosion, right? The roughness wears away. It's not necessarily polishing, it's just erosion. Look at it, that. That is a cool knife, though. I do like that one. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, there's a Spyderco, some things like that. Definitely go check them out. That, I think it definitely be worth y'all's time there. I did drop a little video on the Voodoo today. I wanted to get that out really quick because it blew me away. So I think that's a really cool knife. Started magnet fishing. Really? I've seen some of those videos. Those are pretty cool. They find some interesting stuff out there, man. They found some guns and lots of interesting stuff where they have to sometimes call the police. Do you get into that situation where you have to, you know, let them know in case there's something there that might be of importance? Or did you just start and you haven't really gotten into that deep yet? It's a snappy little thing. That's awesome, just Nate. I like that. Yeah, Ultim is really cool. I actually have a screwdriver that I got from Urban EDC. So Urban EDC, I got this, I think it's a combat bead screwdriver and it's an Ultim. This one's really cool. And it fidgets and spins really nice, which I really like. And I wanted something because you can turn and screw like that. It's really nice. And, you know, Ultim's pretty solid. I mean, if you don't like the color, then you may not dig it. But if you like the color, I think it's pretty cool. So that's my Ultim thing. I wouldn't mind getting something else in Ultim too. Some scales or something like that. Because I do have JG10. I do like that. So. By the way, Rob Dugadives, I finally got that knife we were talking about last time I was here. Even though it's a, you know what, I think it's safe to say the fit and finish is the best I've ever seen on a knife. Sounds awesome. That's awesome, man. Way to go. That is awesome. I don't want to say anything. It sounds like you don't want to maybe mention it just yet, and that's fine. That's cool. You're keeping it under wraps. But if you want to share a little more, by all means, please do. I did get something in this today too. I don't know if you saw this. Some of you guys voted on this. It finally did come in. What I waited for, if you buy something from Metten Boss, they'll sometimes have a discount on Etsy because he sells through Etsy. And so I got this on with a sale. So there you go. The non-flipperless Exum 18 with the frag pattern scale, full titanium liners, and beautiful action. Really nice. You can see this. The cutaway here is really, really nice to get to the thumb stud. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Very, very nice. Definitely recommend him. And if you're okay being patient, I mean, come on. If you're waiting for a hinder or scale, you have to be patient. It's going to take you half a year to a year at least, right? I knew that would be at least a half year off. They just dropped the XM 24 scales. They dropped some. Of course, I went to look and they were gone. So they may drop them, but your chances of getting them are low. You got to get there at the right time. But when you do, it's probably going to take you a year or so. So that's cool, NFK. Thanks for subbing to Nate. Oh, you got a Deca. Ah, scratch the itch. That's nice. Are you going to get the goat? Are you going to get the just goat or goat? I forget what they're called, but they do some of those scales. Are you going to get any of those scales for it? Because I've been really tempted to get a Deca and maybe get some of those scales. But the problem is it's hard to get those scales. You have to pre-order them and they take a while, right? And I really kind of want to check them out before I buy them. I've not bought anything from the original goat. Maybe it's original goat. I think that's what they're called, right? So. Oh, you have them in Ultim. Oh, okay. Yeah, not much grip. Okay, so a little texture. Yeah, that on something like Ultim, just like with anything, I would like that little texture. I can definitely see that. Absolutely. That's like the same thing with the titanium. I got to tell you, that gives you definitely some nice texture. That is really, really comfortable, right? Really good comfort for that. So I definitely can relate to that. Absolutely. 100%. Got the Boker Magnum little friend today. Boy, is it small. All right. You're gonna make me want to check that out. What's that called, real quick? The Boker Magnum. Boker Magnum. Little. It's an interesting name. Little friend. Is it your friend? I hope it's your friend. Let's see here. Come on, there we go. Let's see, Amazon. Okay, well, Amazon has it, so let's take a look. Oh, it's a fixed blade. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's take a look. So it's a fixed blade. That's interesting. So how big is that? Let's take a look. Does it say on there 1.3 ounces, 440 stainless? Okay. So it's a neck knife. All right, gotcha. Oh, see, we got more specs here. Does it give us the measurements? Do you have the measurements for it? Tiny as fudge. Yeah, I got you. I hear you. Tiny, I get it. I would say it, but I don't want the channel to get demonetized. At least not this video. It's early, right? Got to watch out using those words early. That's when the YouTube algorithms look for it. So anyways, looks good. Yeah, that does look good though. I mean, I like small, like a small compact. I have the Dread Eye from Tactile Knife Company. I think that's pretty cool. I like that one. That's definitely a really cool knife. Oh, okay. Don't want to promote it because it's a Chinese copy. All right, got you. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. I know what you're talking about, Nuga Knives. Yes. Okay. Totally cool. Well, we can always go promote the real one if you want to go look and just explore. And then you can say, I have something, that is similar to that and helps me to appreciate that. We could go look at the real one, right? 1.37 inches. Man, that's small. Golly, it's like a box opener, right? That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, definitely. There's one, the Russian, it's called a Russian Laksha. Okay, let's take a look at that. The Russian Laksha, okay. Okay, I'm not finding it there. Let's see. Is it a Shirogorov? I'm curious. Thank you. Appreciate that, Milton. There is something else on the table. Has anyone noticed it yet? There's one other thing on the table. Oh, it's a Shirogorov and Scott Cook collab. All right. It didn't pull it up. Let me see if I can get it. And it's called Laksha. Maybe I'm not spelling it. Am I spelling it correctly? I want to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. Shirogorov Lok. Is that Lochsa and Scott Cook. Okay, let's see what we got. Come on. Oh, there it is. There it is. Well, all right. I thought there it is. Oh. I don't think this is it, but we got to look at this. Oh, it opened up in a new window. Come on. Not going to open for me, is it? I was trying to open this. Let me see if I can get it. It won't open up in the current window. It opens up in a new tab. I can't get it back in there. All right. That is a bummer. The way the web page is acting weird, but man, some of these are amazing. Look at this. Look at this thing right here. Look at that. Look at that design. That's ridiculous. That's awesome. I bet that is probably more than every knife I own put together. I have no doubt. The one that really caught my eye was this one right here. That is just sick. I mean, it's bad to the bone, right? Look at that. That is gorgeous. Anyways, yeah. Okay. I get it. That's pretty cool. That is pretty darn cool, man. I like that a lot. That's pretty fancy. Definitely one of those Grail knives for sure, right? Yeah, we'll leave that at 150. That's really, really cool. You're saying those are the first integral titanium knives? Oh, he did some of the first ones? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I can only imagine. Every time I click on this, it opens in, you can't see it, but it opens a new window and I can, oh my gosh, you know what? One thing I just noticed, the thumb stud is Chad Nichols Damascus steel. Chad Nichols Damascus steel, thumb studs. That's tripping. That's pretty cool. Wow. All right, I get it. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. The Arkfeld. All right, so what has everyone been carrying this week? The first integral titanium knives, okay. He innovated the idea of the integral titanium knives, all right, and used to work for CRK. Okay, all right, that's cool. So NFK 20, the Arkfeld, is that a knife? Let's go take a look. If that's a knife, I'd like to take a look. Arkfeld. I'm gonna assume that's a knife. Hopefully. It says Olight. Is that an Olight knife? Oh. Oh, let's see if it opens up here. Arkfeld. Do we have that? Yeah, I'm not finding it there. Okay. Manix 2 lightweight. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, it's a flashlight. All right. All right. That makes more sense. Okay. That was coming up and I wasn't sure. I thought it was a knife. All right. The Manix 2 lightweight. So this week I carried, one of the things I carried this week a lot was my quiet carry large IQ. And there's a story behind this because I reviewed this, right? I reviewed this little guy and I had some issues with it. So this went on sale at Quiet Carry, like 40% off. And I thought, man, you know what? I think I might like to go ahead and buy this since I modded my standard, the Golden Design Works standard, the cutaway. And I thought, I could probably do that. And so I did. And the guy actually did a little bit of, he actually used this Dremel and flattened out the radial. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a radial, let's see if I can get in there. The radial kind of cutout there, right? Which means it's like arced. And so he did do that. And when it came in, it was a lot better. I think from 80 to 90% of the people, it'll be awesome. But I still went ahead and took it apart. And I did it a little bit more. I rounded it quite a bit and I opened it up significantly more too. And then I put Skiff washers in there, which made the action super buttery smooth. So there's a lot to be said about this. And I really like the if you can see the milling on there, the texture, I really like that a lot. I think that's really cool. Okay. And my first nice knife that I had that had really cool titanium texture was the IQ, the small one. It was a little too small for my hand. I had difficulty with it and somebody offered to buy it off of me. And at the time I wanted to get another knife and I said, sure, because I wasn't carrying it. It was too small, but I really, really liked it. It had the best buttery action of any knife that I'd ever had. And so I missed that. Now I've had knives like that since, but at the time that was it. So there was always like a little special spot for it. And when they said they were doing a large IQ, I really wanted this. So I did. And I got to tell you, that cutaway is so much nicer. It's absolutely worth it. I'm going to drop a video on how I did that. And I might actually show you with my Dremel how I did it. Now I do need to get a little bit of a polishing cloth because you can see where the buffer kind of went over the edge. I don't know if you can see that right there. Can we see that? Right there. It's a little over the edge. So that made it a little kind of, it's not perfect. You know, so if you're OCD, it's not perfect. Yeah, I know it's not perfect. But for me, you know, I feel like I'm learning. And I learned on a knife that was really heavily discounted. So I was very excited to get this. So let's just put it that way. And it is a great knife, really nicely centered. The action is phenomenal, especially with the Skiff washers. You know, do you need Skiff washers? Not always. Do Skiff washers help? A lot of times, yeah. So there you go. That's what I was carrying a lot this week, and something else. Now, that what's on the table, is that a black kazoo? It is a black kazoo, just waiting to be played. We gotta get something going for it, right? That is the black kazoo, the honorary black kazoo, and we've got the old Scottish throat pipes ready to go, especially since I was yelling at the football games. Your new Jack Wolf. Oh, that new Jack Wolf that just came out. Did you get one of those? That is really cool. You know, I'm still on the fence on that because I'm just not a slip joint guy, but man, he makes it really hard at times to make me want to almost go over the edge. It gets me really close, closer than any other knife designer has ever gotten me to buy a slip joint. And that says a lot because I'm just not a slip joint guy. And all due respect, I like the idea of slip joints. I love the classic thing about it. I appreciate some of the quality of some of those slip joints, but that Jack Wolf knife almost lures me in almost every time. And I know one of these days the design's going to come out and I'm going to be like, okay, yep, that's it. You got me. Picked up the Jig Titanium Hedgehog from Traditional Pocket Knife yesterday before they're gone forever. Oh, they're gone forever. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Is the sale still going on for those? I was kind of curious. I know there was a big sale going on and it made me consider, should I get the Jig Titanium Hedgehog? Nick. Oh, I don't think I said hello yet to you, Nick. So welcome this evening. Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being here. Did I miss anybody else? If I did, I'm sorry, guys. But Nick, appreciate you being here. Have you gotten it in? What do you think of it? Is it pretty nice? Now, if you have it and you have a Jack Wolf knife, tell me how it compares. I'm very curious because I actually handled a Jack Wolf knife. So, one of the awesome subscribers allowed me to check it out, and it is impressive. It really is. All right, so here's Nick's channel. Let's all take a look. He's got 49 subscribers. Maybe we can get up to 100 tonight. That would be really awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look. If you haven't had a chance, here's Nick Groff's EDC. Go check him out. If you can, get a chance to subscribe. Check out one of his videos. At least watch a short all the way through so you can get credit for, he gets credit for the subscription, right? We'll go ahead and give it a like, right? And I'm going to watch it all the way through so that, just show you that's all you got to do. And that way he gets the credit for it. Okay, yeah, so the Hedgehog, well, the Taiwan is the one, if I was going to get a Hedgehog, a QSP Hedgehog, that would be the one. I would want the titanium because, I don't know if you know, I have, and I think I got credit for the video, so I'm going to go back to this. All right, so I have the entire Penguin series, right? I've got the large Penguin. I have the regular Penguin when it first came out, and then I have the mini. So I do like traditional pocket knives. I really do enjoy those knives, and that's a collection. That's one of those three-piece things that I enjoy, and I actually keep in my collection that I really like because this right here is a great fifth pocket knife, and it goes really well with a nice knife because it complements it, right? For being technically semi-budget, even though it's M390 steel and Jig titanium, it's pretty nice. And I think I finally found skiffs that fit this. So I'm super excited about that. All right. So I'm just curious if you compared it to the Jack Wolf knife, what do you think? Well, I get it, El Cap Addict, but it's a Riot made knife. It may not mean much to you, but I get it. And I respect that. I do. Because I have a lot of, non-Chinese knives that I enjoy, but I do have a few that are really high quality. And sometimes, like for instance, this right here, the Voodoo Knoll knives, if this was made in the USA, this would be a $12 to $1,500 knife at least. I guarantee it. At least $1,200 to $1,500. No less than $1,000. I don't see how you could get it less than $1,000. But this was like 400, I think. So there's that benefit, and it's still, made by a Chinese factory where at least the people are still consistently working there. They're not shipped in just for a small season and go back, and live in a big old like dormitory where there are like 8 people in a room or something. There are places like that in China. So sad, but there's. But I respect it. I do. If that is your money, your choice, you get to do what you want with it, right? You get to make that choice, and no one tells you what you want to do. And everyone, you know what? We all respect it. Whatever our decisions are, likewise, hopefully people respect that too, right? So weight all the hedgehogs? Okay. Cool. So the notorious EDC Kingpin. I got to take a look at that one. I know there was a knife that people shared with me this week that's really cool. I can't do it because there's something on the table that preventing me from probably making any purchases. You may see it. I haven't talked about it yet, but oh, you get $5 off. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, Broke-Ass Knives, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining the live stream. Appreciate you. So we were talking about the Kingpin. So let me go take a look at that. The notorious EDC Kingpin. Let's go take a look. That is curious. Notorious EDC Kingpin. Can I find that? All right, here we go. Okay. Is this a Riyadh made one? Tyler, is this made by Riyadh? I gotta say, I'm not hating that design. I mean, not that I hated any of Jack Wolf's design. None of them really appeal to me. And what I'm trying to say is that is like the hedgehog. The QSP hedgehog really has lured me in. That's another one I really like. I like the big blade shape, the thin hollow grind. But this one is really cool. Now, the only thing I wish is it was carbon fiber. That's my only wish. I'm not a big micarta guy. I don't mind it. I can make an exception, but that black micarta is pretty cool. So, Tyler, do you have this one? I'm curious. Do you have this one? You can't see the table. I know we're looking at the other things. I'm kind of bringing the attention up. I've alluded to it a few times, so we'll get to it. Hopefully, I'm trying to build up a little wanting people that want to see it. I don't want to just bring it out and kind of spoil it, right? It's been sitting there kind of right plain in sight, but I don't know if anybody's noticed. When we switch back and forth, like we could do something like this real quick. I could do that, and then I could do that. So you can sort of quickly see what's on the table. Oh, Broke-Ass Knives. By the way, yes, please go check out Broke-Ass Knives. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Check out one of his videos by all means. Oh, is that the Chad? Yeah, it is the Chad. You got the Chad. Cool, man. I got to check that out. I haven't really had a chance to check that out yet. I have a couple of Coonwood that I really enjoy, but I have not checked out the Chad. I know it's one of those that you get it and you got it because they're not going to do it again because it was expensive and I think it was more than they expected. Almost put them under. So let's go back over here. The Kingpin. I still want to look at that Kingpin. I want to know more about the Kingpin. Who has the Kingpin? Who's ordered the Kingpin? What do you know about the Kingpin? Okay, the Russian Lockshaw from Shiro's Instagram. Okay, all right. Now, Nougat Knives, did you post the link up there? Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's a link that you posted. Are you? Did you post it up here, or did you send it in an email or something? Or did you send it to the Instagram? To the Instagram. I sound like a. Oops. I'm gonna look at my Instagram real quick. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, we got to get that up. So let's get back over there. That's definitely worth taking a look. All right. So I got to catch up here. Got a couple of posts here. Is that the Black Kazoo? Yes, it is the Black Kazoo. Carried the new Jack Wolf this weekend. All right. Picked up the Jig Titanium. We talked about that. I somehow scrolled way too far up. Don't know what happened there. We said hello to Broke Ass Knives. Yes, very cool. Let's see where we're at. By the way, okay, you sent me the link. Sent it on Instagram. It is Riot made, Tyler. Okay. Have you handled it? I really want to know more because I kind of like this. I mean, this may be the slip joint. This may be it. I mean, this has almost got that. There's a slip joint. There's another one that I saw. It's made by Javi Garcia, but I can't afford that. His custom stuff is amazing. And yeah, that's amazing, but I couldn't afford that. Oh, you've seen a few reviews. Okay, cool. You have the titanium one. Okay. So is it now? I think you have a Jack Wolf, right? Or at least you had a Jack Wolf, or you've handled a Jack Wolf. How does it compare? I'm kind of curious because the Jack Wolf is the one that I've actually handled. So everything is relative to me to that until I handle like a hedgehog or something else. Oh, the new superlative slip look cool too. Okay, yeah. I like the very sleek look of that knife. That just looks very like that's the kind of slip joint that I would carry. You know what I mean? So the superlative. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and look at that up. So it's the superlative slip knife. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, okay. It's a Bowler. Okay. Bowler M390. Got it. Who? Oh, Enrique Pena and Yared also. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's part of the superlative line. That's actually, there's three of them. There's Yared Oser or Jared Yoser, depending on how you pronounce it. And Enrique Pena, and then there's also, they don't list it here, but there's Javi Garcia. All three of them are co-owners of that, and it should list Javi Garcia too. I don't know why it didn't. It does right here, but it should list it over here. It's kind of a bummer. Okay, but yeah, that is pretty cool. That looks like a little, I can see Javi Garcia's sort of design in that, but I can see some of Jared Oser kind of design in there. That's kind of cool. Do you have that one? Yeah, it does look like a Pena. Looks like a, like one of their, like the Trapper or the, what is the other one? The one that has the Warncliffe, but yeah, it kind of has that look, but not, right? It's a little different. Yeah, it is a Pena. Nick, it's exactly what I thought. I said, oh, that looks like a Pena, but it's a superlative. So it's part Pena. So the superlative line is Enrique Pena, Javi Garcia, and Jared Orser. They all got together and formed a company together and started aggregating, if you will, or putting their designs together because they all have really cool design. Like I have the Alacrant that was a Enrique Pena and Javi Garcia design. I think it's really cool. It's part of their X series. They have yet, I thought it was supposed to be released at the stores later, but I don't know if they're going to release it. I really liked it. I feel like I have sort of a special knife that should be out somewhere later, but it's not. I haven't seen it yet. I was kind of surprised. I thought when I asked Javi Garcia about it, I thought he said June or July it would be available, but I haven't seen any mass production of that one. That's a cool knife too, by the way. So you have the Kingpin and seen a few reviews. Okay. Yep. Love the Chad. Yeah, I really want to check out the Chad. Is it the 67 HRC Rockwell hardness on that one too? Ginger Fisher, welcome this evening. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. Thanks for being here, channel member. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely really, really cool. Yeah, so, all right. So without further ado, if you want to take a look, here it is. Anybody know what that is? You ready? Yeah, so you're asking a lot of cool things about it, a lot of cool knives, and the reason why I'm not really looking right now is that, yeah, I did it. So there we go. Yes, it is the Sting, and it's got the orange fat carbon milled, perfectly inlaid with the titanium and the texturing. Can you all see that? There's even texturing on the clip here. Look at that. And check out the blue anodized lock bar. I don't know if you can see that. I want to get the light on there just right, because it is worth something to behold. Here, let me go. Let me do this. Let me zoom in. I don't know if you can see that, but this right here is anodized, blue anodized. It's really gorgeous, and it's got this perfect texturing on there. I don't know if you can see. You probably see a little better like that. Everything is rounded on this. The edge is ridiculous. An action. Here, let me put it right next to the microphone. You ready? Can you hear that? Can y'all hear that? I've heard the stories. I've heard people talk about this, but I didn't know it was what it was. So, anyways, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. It is beautiful. It really is. It is the craftsmanship on craftsmanship. Whoops. Hope I don't get YouTube dinged for that one. But the craftsmanship is phenomenal. Absolutely. Yeah. Attention to detail. I mean, the only three knives that I think I could really compare for, you got the Shirogorov. I'm going to put some of these off to the side here, because these are all great knives. A great knife too, by the way. But if we're going to compare like really big quality things, you've got that. You got the iMamba, which is like a whole nother thing. And then you've got that. And then you got the Trevor Berger, right? So those are all, I would say, phenomenal quality knives like that. Might have to strop that edge. I see a little bit of like it got used. I don't know. I'm going to carry it. I'm just telling you right now. I'm carrying this. It's not a safe queen. It's not going to be a safe queen. I will carry every one of these knives. Now, I may not go out and bang and beat these guys up, and you may see me, if I'm going somewhere, I will have a fifth pocket knife with me, right? I will have that fifth pocket knife to keep it safe. So action compared, yeah. They are both phenomenal in their own way. Shirogorov is buttery smooth and has a very pronounced action that is really nice. And there's a ramp on there that goes over just beautifully. And it is very controlled, buttery smooth, and you can go over that ramp really nicely. It is different than the Herman. The Herman is sort of drop shutty, but it is that what they talk about, that real controlled action where it goes down, like, but it's still drop shutty, but it doesn't like guillotine. You can see how it just closes. And when it locks up really crazy nice. My Trevor Berger has a really smooth, buttery kind of click like that as well. And it has a unique sound that I really like as well. Now, it is fat carbon on one of these and titanium on the other, but it is a very different, unique sound as well. It has a different feel, but it's also really unique. I would say This one is a little faster, smoother, but it's very controlled. This one is very, it just has like, you feel like you're building up and you kind of, like you're going down a slalom. You're going over a hill. I don't know, you're going over a hill and then you come down. Like, and it's very smooth. That's what I feel like with a sheer Gorf. Like I'm coming down and then I come to the end, right? The Stinger, and it's a really stupid comparison, but the Stinger makes me feel like I am very smooth, but very controlled coming down. Intentional the entire way. Just, but really steady, really steady. Does that make any sense? I don't know. That's the best I can describe it. It's first day, so it's the best I can describe it. Hey, Dwayne Letterman, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Welcome to the live stream, man. Appreciate you being here. I need to go to a knife show. I know. Next year, I got to go to Texas Blade Show. I have to go to that. There's no excuse for me to miss that going forward. I can just go there to enjoy meeting people because there's going to be a lot of people that, more and more people that I've gotten to know in the last year, which is really weird because I never thought I would get to know some of these people, but it's kind of cool. Pretty honored by that. Procast knife. Put a hole in it. I will tell you, I went up to the knife bar in Dallas, and I started, that was my first exposure to some of these knives. I tried like a Rick Hinder Maximus, which at the time, I hadn't tried a non-flipper, I was like, okay, I don't hate Rick Hinder. Not that I hated him, but it's like, it works really well in my hand. It fits great. Some of the other ones, my Jurassic it just didn't work in my hand, right? And then I got to try that Deadlock, which is the most amazing OTF I've ever tried, and I get it. And then I got a chance to handle quite a few other ones, and that was amazing. And that started to make you go, oh, okay, there really is a difference. I love the middle flick too. I do, Procast knives. I 100% agree with you. Most knives I have a middle finger flick. Like my Eye Mamba, I really enjoy the middle finger flick on this one. That's really nice. And I love the design of the middle finger flick on this one as well. I think it's awesome. And a lot of these knives though, for instance, this is a front flipper, but it's a hollow grind. So I don't know if you know this, a hollow grind makes it a beautiful middle finger flip. So you can get in there and have a really pronounced, wonderful middle finger flip with a hollow grind blade. So you can get your hand in there and you get it. And to me, this is absolutely more enjoyable to deploy it from the blade itself. So it's like having a fuller because of, I don't know if we can see that, because of the hollow grind. I don't know if you can see how crazy that hollow grind is. Do you see that? That is just insane, okay? So I will tell you that definitely. Now, there's something to be said when you do a flip and you do it exceptional. If you're going to have an only flipper knife, it better be exceptional. And this is exceptional. Likewise, this is exceptional too. I didn't know, that, and what actually kind of turned me on to that at first was, the old Chavez one. Well, not the old Chavez, but, my Chavez, the kickstop. Everyone talked about how great that was. And I said, okay, it's a flipper only. That one is really satisfying as a flipper only. So I have 3 exceptions to my rule. I have 3 flippers only, but they are probably 3 of the best flippers that I know out there. I'm sure there are better ones out of my range, out of my sphere of contact, but they are phenomenal. Okay, the Arcane, the Isham Plexus, yeah, okay. Yeah, some are worth the flipper only annoyance. I hear you, and that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with that. It is my exception to the rule. It really is. This is a flipper only too, by the way. And what I like about it is the design. Fully hidden knife, okay? And it looks like, you know, it's kind of boring, but man, I mean, come on. Look, can you see that? Here, look, I gotta get you closer to see this. Yeah, here we go. Look at the milling on this. This is one of my favorite milling patterns on a knife, and the action is just really nice with the Skiff washers. They're still breaking in. At some point, they're going to just start being creamy, buttery. They're still already buttery smooth now, but this is another one of those that's an exception because of the design. It, to me, it's almost looks like, I don't know, like a flash drive, but a really big one. And this works, and it works really, really well. So this is another of my exceptions. Matter of fact, I just got this, so you know, let me zoom out here a little bit. But yeah, I agree with you. I do enjoy multiple deployments on a knife. For me, that is definitely, even my Hinderer, thumb stud only. I'm not a thumb stud only guy. I don't like thumb stud only either. But on this one, I don't know if you know, I can do, oops, I got to do it with the right, sorry. Oh, I got to do it so you can see it. Okay, hold on. I am not, why am I not getting in there? Let's see if we can get this. There we go. So there we go. So I can do the middle finger flick on this one as well. Oops. Oh, what's going on? Now I'm slipping. Don't know why I'm slipping, but I was doing it earlier. Of course, I'm telling you all this, and then of course I can't do it. That's kind of a terrible example. Well, oh well. Check out the machinery MK01, similar with the sorry, it's cutting off there. Similar with the flash drive feel. Okay. Now you know I had to get this. If you weren't here earlier, the original IQ was one of the first titanium milled textured knives that I got, and I loved it. And it had the most buttery smooth action I'd ever had on a knife, and it's what kind of helped get me into cage ceramic ball bearings and all that stuff. I didn't realize, you know, what the difference was, right? So, all right, so we're going to check out this one. So you want me to say, check out the Mosen Airy MK. Oh, oops. Come on. I can't seem to type here. My goodness. -01. All right, see if I can find it. Oh, okay, here we go. Yes, I will choose English. Is this the one? That's a rattlesnake. I like this one. That's pretty cool. And it's got, to me, I see this immediately, 3 types of deployments. Immediately 3 types of deployments. Assuming this is a flat edge, I've got a middle finger flick right there. Got the thumb hole right away, right? And you got the front flipper. I mean, there you go. All right, so here we have, what is this one here? Oh, this is the Mosenary. Oh, am I saying it right? Is it Mosenary or Mosenary? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Okay, so this is a flipper, a top flipper only. All right. Okay, I can see that. Top flipper only. My Mini Tempest was like that, right? I like that. Now, I do have I have a Sharp by Design one, and that for a lot of people, that's a flipper only, but I am actually starting to get it to the point where now I can actually middle finger flick my Evo Typhoon. So I knew I'd get to it at some point. So just to let you know, again, it was a flipper only, but I'm getting past that. So that's a kind of a cool knife. Now, are these all designs right now, or are any of these released yet? Wait, hold on. What is that? Is this the same one? That is the Mosenary Knives Steel Folding Knife Camping. Okay. So are these guys up here, like, are these some knives that they're coming out with, new designs or something? Is that what these guys are? Because I don't think I see other Let's see, are they listed over here? All right. Okay, here's the one we were talking about. Well, that's a little big. We gotta shrink that down a little bit. Here, let's see if I can get out. That's a little big. It's hard to see. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty decent price, $159. So I wonder who the OEM is for this. Does it say? Is it Vestec, Kubi, or somebody like that? Who? That's a pretty good price for all that. Looks like titanium. What's the size on this one? 2.95 inches, overall 6.69. Now, see, that's a little small for me. I like that, but it's a little small. Not quite the size for my hand, but I do appreciate it. I need at least 3.5 to 4 inches on the handle for sure. I can do a smaller blade, but I got to be able to have a full presentation for the hand, right? That's what I need. Even my Para 3, I get a full presentation on that handle because I can choke up on the finger choil. That I'm okay with that. If you can give me that, I'm okay with a small blade. But I gotta get my hand on there, right? I prefer that. It's not an absolute, but I prefer it. Yeah, definitely a bunch of good designs. That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, definitely. I've not heard of these guys before. I have not heard of them. Do you know who like I said, do you know who the OEM is? I'd have to do a little research to see if I can find it. That's cool. What was the one? A couple of you guys gave me a, what was the design you were talking to me about? They still had a few left. Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. Not sure on the OEM. Yeah, well, that's cool. I understand that. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, yeah. Here it is. It's the Something Obscene. Got to look at that. That's Something Obscene. I wonder if it's still available. That Something Obscene looks amazing. You guys probably already have it. I'm not sure if I'm spelling that correctly. I'm absolutely not spelling it correctly. I'm missing a C. Yeah, I knew I was missing a C. Come on, open up. Products. Let's see. I heard there's still some available. I'm probably missed it now. Yeah, so this one right here looks amazing. Okay, so it's still available. The black handle, and it's a really nice hollow grind. Somebody was posting some videos on this. Was that, is James Dean here yet? Did James Dean show up? He actually had some really cool videos on that one on his Instagram page, by the way. This looks pretty crazy. And I think who else was that was telling me about 80 OC? I don't think I've seen him here tonight, but yeah, that looked like an interesting knife. I don't know if you guys have checked this one out or you're familiar with it. Have any of you guys? They make yeah, I did notice on this one here, you can do the flipper, you can do the dual action. Does it? It doesn't show. Oh, so they're, oh, okay, flipper. So you can get a flipper only. Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. I was told about this much sooner and I didn't really look into it, but again, hopefully you can understand why. I mean, you know, you do that, you gotta wait. And I gotta tell you, I was so surprised. It was still on DLT and no one had picked it up. And I thought, what? Did it just get missed? I felt like it was like all the knives were telling me, you need to do this. You really need to do this. You ever get that feeling? I don't know. Yeah, I saw that the flipper and thumb stud is really cool. That's what I would like. The flipper and the thumb stud together. I think I definitely would want that. That to me looks really cool and appealing. I needed a drink. So for you guys, what's been the big things you've been looking forward to? Anything exciting going on? I'm sure besides the voodoo, and I know coming up the big drop on. Oh, we got to go look at that. Let's go look at that. Let's go look at Knoll knives real quick while we're at it. You guys need to, so we can see what the new one is. Is it this Saturday, right? I think it's this Saturday. Oh no, the 21st, September 21st. My apologies. And you can sign up right here. So I can put in my name, you know, Rob, and then we can do Rob's Nerdy Knives at gmail.com. I'll go ahead and subscribe. Oh, I already subscribed. All right, there we go. The Roku. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Take a look at that. Anybody handle one of these at the Blade Show by any chance? Any of you guys know a little bit more about this one? Got any insights on it? Okay, so Nougat knives, is that the obscene, something obscene that you're talking about, or are you talking about the Raku or Raku, or boy, I don't know how you pronounce that. Is that right? Raku? Raku? I'm going to say Raku. That's what it looks like to me. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I am too. Beaver Bear, and welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. The Tucson TS 408. All right, we'll take a look at that here in a second. I still want to come back to this, by the way. Tyler, you have sparked my interest as far as slip joints. This could be it. This could be the one. Now, you know what'd be really bad? I just need Superlative to say, hey, the first one's free. You know, it's kind of like pimping out the knives to addicts. Sorry, I just thought that was funny. All right, so the one we're talking about is the Tucson. Tucson, let me look that up. Oop, gotta make sure I'm typing. Tucson TS 408. Is that the one that looks like the mini Arius? Keep thinking that's the one that looks like the mini Arius. Is it? No, it's not. This is different. All right, so let's see. Do we have another better picture? Come on. All right, so let's see what we got. All right. All right. That is interesting. That oh, look at that. Just so they wouldn't get the Spyderco sue. That's smart. That's smart, because that looks really cool. And that actually is kind of a nice aesthetic. It's just enough. It's almost like you tipped your hat a little bit. You tipped your hat to Spyderco to say we're not copying you, but we're tipping our hats to you. So top of the day to you there, but we're going to do this. And it looks like probably a good angle for a thumb hole too. I like that. All right. I wonder, are there any other designs like that? So let's see. This is the TS, what is it? TS 408? Is that what it was? The TS 408. Let's see if they have other variants of it. I think they do. Okay. So this looks like it is anodized. And then you have plain titanium, 14C28N, good steel, good budget steel. I like that. I like that. So we've got, what's the difference between these two? Plain edge, they're both the same. One's got to be like probably bead blasted, and the other one's got to be something like maybe, stone washed or something. I don't know. Okay, I like that Nougat knives. That's funny. That's cool. The Davos Custom Knife Works. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay. Now we're getting into some of the crazy stuff. You know, the one I'd really love to try too is the mini Arius. Where are people buying Ariuses? Where do you find them? I don't know where they show up. You know, at least I know where you can find. Like, I know the places to find like a Trevor Burger. I know the places to find a Herman now. I know the places to find, Sharp by Design and Shergorf, but I don't know where the Koenig is. It seems like that. I mean, the Roosevelt, I know you got to get on that lottery. You got to really make a commitment to get on that lottery. I feel like you got to, for a month, that's got to be your only focus, the only thing you want to do, right? If you want to get one. The mini the mini FSB or FSD, that one seems a little harder to get. Okay. So it's a little small. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Your TS300 beef for Baron. All right, so let's take a look at that. The TS300. What do we got there? TS300. Oh, that's a kind of nice design. I like that. Which one do you have? 14C28N, good blade steel. I like that. One is a multicolor. Must be, maybe looks like some fire anodized. We got that black PVD or DLC. I think this would be the one that I would be the most interested in right here. That's kind of got a nice look there. Nova travel stop with a pivot. That's cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's definitely a neat one. I like that. Oh, you don't have it yet, but it's your favorite. All right, I got you. I got you. Hey, if you get it and they show up and you go to White Mountain Knives, I know you guys probably know everybody who's least on this part of the live stream, but do use RNK10 so you get 10% off. Save yourself some money. Please do. Would love for you to save money and so you can buy more knives. We all need more knives. Josh, welcome this evening. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. We are talking about knives, obviously. I mean, it would make sense, right? But you know, when the grail you can't get is even better than you thought after you get to handle it. So that was my topic for the evening to start things off. And I did get to do that this evening. So if you're curious, it was the Knoll Knives Voodoo. An awesome subscriber allowed me to check out their version, their one they just got in. This is Blue Micarta. And I got to tell you, I'm not a micarta fan. You guys know that, right? But this Blue Micarta is pretty phenomenal. It is really nice. I don't hate it. And I say that for something that I typically don't like. And that's my way of saying I'm really surprised at how I like it. So there you go. Yeah, it's like a reverse Tonto, Warncliffe, Sheep's Foot, modified clip Tonto. We want to call it a clip Tonto Warren Sheep, clip Tonto Warren Sheep modified, something like that. Will that work? We'll call it a whole new design. How about that? Oh, you're talking about the TS300. Yeah, that's a full Tonto. I get that. That looks like almost like the Japanese is it samurai Tonto kind of version? The Midgard Messer. Yeah. That's like a folding axe, isn't it? The Midgard Messer. I mean, it's beautiful, but if you like big knives, if I'm thinking of the right one, let's take a look at that Midgard Messer. I think they sell it here, don't they? I thought they did. Maybe they don't. Oh, well, this is the Midgard's Messer Odin's, but I don't think that's the one you're talking about, is it? Or is it this one, the Thundar? The Thundar? Which one? Because they look like they have a bunch of Midgard Messer. Which one would it be? So the tip on the Voodoo, I will tell you, it comes here. So let me bring back over here because I lost my little application that switches my. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. I have a little tool that I use to switch here. So let's do full of me. All right. So the tip right here, get it close here, is if you can see it right here. It's got some beefiness right up here, but the very tip is a little thin. So it's definitely super pokey, but you got to be careful. If you drop this, you'll chip that off. Now, the good news is, I will tell you this, if this were to happen to you, you know, God forbid it would probably this light. I can see this knife being more of a collector's item than a user item. I would definitely want to use it, but you could easily sand that flat, and then you'd have a pretty robust tip. But it is kind of a cool little tip because, I mean, if you need to get into letters, envelopes, plastic cases of water and stuff like that, that tip kind of is very, very functional. I do like that a lot. It's a pretty functional tip. So that's nice. It is thin, definitely thin. But I will say it is actually, it's definitely thinner than like a Shergoroth tip. As thin as this one is with the full flat grind. It's a huge blade though. I mean, this is definitely not, oops, I flipped that up. It's definitely a very kind of robust tip for such a big blade. I will say that. Even the Trevor Burger looks very thick, but if you look at the hollow grind, you can see how thin that hollow grind is. But it still has a pretty robust tip. You can see that right there. So, and surprisingly enough, the Sting has a pretty, I mean, it comes to a thin tip, but it's still pretty strong, stout all the way out. But it does get thin at the edge, so you got to be careful on that for sure. And that sound, crazy, crazy, crazy. But it's not as robust as a Chavez rendition. I mean that's just like a battle axe. That's like Chavez's version of a Medgard's Messer, right? But not the Big Blue Boy. Is that the one you're talking about here? The Big Blue Boy, this one? Yeah, and I actually like this blue anodization. It's really nice, by the way. So, Josh, how are you doing this evening? And what have you been carrying this weekend or today? I was carrying most of the week. I've been carrying this guy right here. I've really enjoyed carrying this one. It's just a fun little, very useful knife for me. This, by the way, also has a beautiful hollow grind as well. I don't know if you can see that. See if we can get that. Let's get over here. You see that nice hollow grind there? Really nice, very thin edge. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, that's a really nice hollow grind. They pre-ordered the Mini on the website a while ago. Oh, David Lesbeck or Lundquist? Is that who you're saying? Nougat Knives, David Lundquist or David Nesbeck? I don't know Lesbeck. Oh, and I did get a sample in. This is an interesting knife. I've got to go Nick Riggy. I don't know if you heard of the designer. He makes this knife. It's a little small, but I can get a full handle on here, but it's definitely like a compact knife. But man, it's super thin, and the action on this thing is buttery smooth. And now it's a flipper only, but I can get, I was earlier getting my fingers in there where I could flip it, but it's kind of a cool little knife. I don't hate it. I think it's kind of it has a simple aesthetic to it, but it's done really well. So, it works, it flows and very contoured. That's an interesting little knife. I did the unboxing for that just today. I haven't dropped a video yet, but there you go. David Lesbeck is for Custom Knife Works, or was it Custom Knife Factory? Sorry, Custom Knife Factory, right? Oh, he's a fresh custom knife maker. That's cool. We should go take a look at Custom Knife Factory. I've always wanted to get one of those, honestly. That's one of those knives that I think would be really cool to own. Can we see any of their blades? Well, this is NC Blades. That's just, so let me see, did I not get to the right link? Do they not have their own website? Is this it? Anybody know where the link is? NC Blade is their US retailer. Okay, so NC Blade is their US retailer. All right, I got you. So let's get back there. Let's go to NC Blades and let's look at Custom Knife Factory. Let's see what they got. Nice clips. Oh, there you go. 1850. Get a couple while you're at it, right? Wow. That's pretty fancy. That's amazing. It's a little out of my range, but that's amazing. I'd have to sell a few knives to get that. But I don't want to get rid of any of those right now. So, ooh, we got here sold out. But that looks like a Riot there, doesn't it? Or is that a Riot? Because that sure looks like the Riot knife. Did he design that for Riot, maybe? Or did Riot borrow his design? Okay, this is the one right here. The Evo, yes. That's the one. I thought that sounded familiar. I really, really like the Evo. Man, I would love to have gotten one of those, but to get in on that pre-order, you know me and the pre-orders, it's got to be something ridiculous for me to want to do a pre-order. And I have yet to, I was tempted on something recently, didn't break, but man, I was tempted. That Evo is pretty nice. I would like to own an Evo or handle an Evo. That would be really cool. Oh, okay. The expensive one? That's cool. That is really, yeah, I got some, I mean, I like Custom Factory. I think those are really nice. Hey, did anybody see Brian Nadeau's post on Instagram where he posted about, he made that knife. He's working on some customs apparently, and he made a scale. Boy, he ticked off a lot of people, and other people loved it. I just thought that was funny. He likes to poke the bear, you know. If you all know Brian Nadeau from Sharp by Design, excuse me. I need a little drink there. Soothe the palate. Does anybody have an Evo? Has anybody owned an Evo? Had owned an Evo or own an Evo? Tell me a little bit about your experience with that. I would love to hear that. That would be an interesting knife to hear about. I see the reviews, right? And they look interesting, but I'm not quite pulled in. The Evo, the design when I first saw it didn't appeal to me, but the more I've seen it, the more I've looked at it and saw the reviews, the more it's becoming appealing to me. Just like, you know, when I first saw the Spyderco, the Para 3, I honestly thought this was a really ugly knife, right? I did not like this. And then when I got to handle one, changed my mind. And the more and more I've handled it, the more and more I've really enjoyed this design. It's a very unique design. So that's one of those, right? There's several other knives that I've had that experience with. They're Nirvana. Is that a custom factory, custom knife factory knife as well, the Nirvana? Let's take a look. I don't see it here. Well, let me see if I can do a search for it. Sometimes you got to give me a little bit more because I don't always know what Nirvana is. I mean, well, I understand Nirvana and Buddhism and I study comparative religion, but I'm not saying I don't understand that, but I'm talking about the knife. Oh, the Spyderco Nirvana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's expensive. That's really expensive, but very cool. Okay. Discontinued. Now, the Spider, when they discontinue them, are they discontinued forever or do they ever come back? Because I thought they can say it's discontinued, but it doesn't mean it's like gone forever. What's the other one? So he has a custom one. He won a lottery at Blade Show. Who has a custom one? That's cool. That's definitely fairly cool. Has anyone seen the new Andrew Demko one? That the little mini 80-20.5 is like the 80-20 or 80-18 or something? Peter Rossetti. Yeah. Now I've heard of Peter Rossetti. Okay. Oh, your buddy has one. Oh, that's cool. Did he get it and owns it? Because you can get in a lottery and you hope you get one of the lotteries that you can afford, but there's sometimes those lotteries you can have one that's like 500 and you're like, I can afford that. And then there's another one in the lottery that you could win and it's like 3,000. You're like, oh, I can't afford that. So that would be kind of a bummer, right? I got to tell you, I still like that kingpin, Tyler. Still digging that kingpin. I am really digging that. I just want to know, is it for sale? Is it for sale? Where did you get the kingpin, by the way, Tyler, if you're still on? The 80-20-22? Okay. Gotta check that out. So I gotta find this kingpin. This kingpin knife. Kingpin knife. Slip joint. Well, it looks like it's on sale at Blade HQ. And they don't have any in stock, of course. Out of stock. Yeah, okay, so I don't know about you guys, but that looks really nice. That with the black and that looks really nice. And that looks really nice. Yeah. I'm digging that. Okay. All right. That could be the one. Hey, Louie, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining. How are you? Hope you're doing really well this evening. We've been talking a little bit about knives, and Nuga Knives have been taking me down the trail of crazy expensive knives. Man, you would think he was like the Pied Piper trying to lead me down the dark side, right? Now that happened a few weeks ago. I remember that. That's when we. That's when I think that happened, right? So I got to stay strong. Not sure when the next drop is. Man, if you hear, Tyler, about the next drop, I really would like to know. I really, really would like to know. Because I like Jack Wolf, right? He's got some crazy designs, and it's a great quality knife. Don't get me wrong. This design right here, the superlative, or the kingpin, I like this design a whole lot more. The blade shape with the handle works for me. So it might be the one. Definitely a cool one. So, all right. So got that in the back of my mind. What else we got there? So the Reiku, if you guys didn't know, pre-order September 21st. I get nothing out of this. I'm just sharing it with you because I'm going to be looking same day. And if you definitely would like to get one. Yeah, I hope things went well for your family. Definitely. Definitely hope that. And so just trying to keep multiple conversations going at the same time. The reason why we looked at the Reiku was because an awesome subscriber allowed me to check out the Voodoo. And I've never handled a Voodoo before. And I got to tell you, actually, let's do this. I've never handled a Voodoo before. And that was kind of my theme for tonight was, when you have the Bigfoot knife that you can never get, right? Now, I've handled like a Mordax. I've handled that, so I know it. It's a Bigfoot because I can't find it. But this is a Voodoo. This is like a Bigfoot Grail knife because I cannot find this. I could never get a hold of one. And I know even Rocky, he was looking for one of these. And so this is one of those that sold out in seconds when they had it. Hey, Sensor 226, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, it does look dope. This is blue micarta. Blue micarta. I even like the blue micarta. I gotta be straight up. The blue micarta is
really nice. It's not like just a straight up blue, but it's like a blue denim, like a really nice, worn, kind of a cool, a multicolored, beautiful texture, kind of nice, and it feels great. You know, some people say Riot's supposed to be really good, but I mean, I've heard a lot of other places, you know, but I will tell you which company, if you talk about production, you know, Riot seems to come up a lot, but I got to tell you, every time I look at a custom with micarta, there's one guy that always seems, well, there's two now, that always seem to have some of the best micarta that really, if I was going to get micarta, they could absolutely convince me. Enrique Pena and Javi Garcia. I've watched their customs. They're out of my range. But man, their micarta is off the wall. It's next level crazy. It really is awesome. So I got a chance to handle this, and yeah, it is phenomenal. You saw I dropped the unboxing today. I had to drop it for today for the live stream. I felt like I jumped it in there in the queue because it was that good. And I wanted to share this with you guys, and we were going to talk about it tonight because I'm just so thankful that I got a chance to handle this. It's going to stay in here at the desk. I'll put it back down. I'll put it back in the box when we're done here. I'm just going to do a review, and then I'm going to ship it right back to them. But I just really appreciate the chance I got a chance to hold this and handle it, because I'd heard so much about it. And, you know, after a while, you hear everyone talking about it. And then when you get to hold this, you get to actually handle this, and you're like, oh, okay. Because the action on this thing is really, let me drop that past there. It just really is beautiful. Drops really nicely. So it's not dropping right now because I'm doing weird angles for the camera. If I did it down on the desk, it'd be a little easier. And I haven't flicked it a whole lot. It's been kind of sitting there. Oh, and by the way, look at that clip. That's how you do a clip. Got a little dust on there. You see that clip right there? Look at that beautiful, nice, thin clip. Beautifully done. Fits in there really, really well. Look at that contour and the design on the clip and everything. That's just amazing. Just simply amazing. So, yeah. That's why we're looking at the Reiku. And I will say that they really know how to execute. And I believe, you know, if that was a made in the USA, that obviously would be way more expensive. But the other one that we also looked at is going to be the Sting. That is pretty phenomenal. Don't even know how I got a hold of this. And so that's why a lot of my any acquisitions are on hold for a while. Yeah, this is one of those things I always wanted to get. I wasn't sure, and now I have it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. I don't know if can you all hear that? Does my Shiro have roller bearing? It has the multi-row. Yeah, it has the MRB multi-row on this one. So it's definitely multi-row. And it has a ramp that it comes up to, and you just kind of go past it. So the ramp works really well. So when you drop like this, so it doesn't, because it's a big blade, right? And if there was no ramp and it went down, it could like guillotine your finger. So it comes down, holes on the ramp, but all you got to do is just a little nudge, and it just kind of glides over that ramp. It's ridiculous. It's you know, I don't know how else to describe it, but it just works so well. You know, it's not like some people when they first see it, they think, is that a double detent? No, because this is the only detent right there, but it's a ramp, and it literally is like butter going over that. It is crazy. And then because the way the flipper is, so if you look at the flipper right here, you see the flipper? The flipper over here it's above the center of axis of the pivot. So anytime the flipper here is above the pivot, you get better leverage, and the leverage gives you a better, let me make sure I don't hit my camera there, but get better leverage to have a really pronounced flip. So that's really cool. But it's multi-row ball bearings, yes. No, mine is MRB. It's multi-row ball bearings. So it said that when I bought it. It said MRB, multi-row ball bearings. So it's the one that has 2 rows, basically alternating row, multi-row ball bearings. There's some videos out there. I have no reason to take mine apart at this point, but it did say that on the website. It was MRB, but I know what you're talking about. I think that sounds like a higher end type of knife. Don't get me wrong. The Quantum here is, for a Shiro, this is a budget version. You can even say budget and Shiro together is kind of a little bit of a joke. You don't have the contoured scales. There's a lot less texturing and details on here. That's what makes it the budget. But the multi-row and the blade stock and the action, all that stuff still is all Shiro. All Shiro. Hey, Michael Sawyer, welcome. Prepping for the hurricane. Are you down in Florida? I have lots of friends in Florida who are prepping for the hurricane. Are you, which side are you on? Stay safe, man. Board up and stay dry. How soon is it going to hit? Okay. So you can sand the washers to fit. So the washers, Nuga knives, which ones are you, are they like Skiffs or did you get washers from somewhere else? And do you know that those are the ones that fit? So I'm curious what those, the one you're talking about is they're called the rolling pins. I think I've seen them. They kind of roll in a circle. I've not, what kind of action does it have? Is that different? Is it slower? Is it more smooth? Is it less smooth? What? Oh, I've got some really good friends in Tampa. Yeah. And then I have some friends in Hollywood and some other places down there. But Hollywood I think is on the other side. So they're probably a little better off than Tampa, for sure. Oh, the Skiff thick washers. Yeah. Okay. See, I don't know if I'd put washers in a Shiro, but hey, that's up to you. You do what you want. You do you. But that does sound interesting, though. It does sound interesting. So what is it up to right now? Is it a category 2, 3, or 4? What are we looking at for the hurricane? I haven't looked. Sorry, I haven't looked. We had rain yesterday in Texas. First time in 3 months. And today we did not break 100. First time in 3 months. It was like a cold front. It was only 97. It's like literally a chilly cold front. It wasn't, but it was nice. It's really nice. And the rain, man, the grass just soaked it up so fast. We've desperately needed it. I'm sure you're quite the opposite. You'll you can have our rain. You can have it. We would take it. We would if we could. Oh, you can feel it slip instead of rolling? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Category 3. Oh, okay, so that's pretty good. First of its kind. Okay. Hopefully you've boarded up everything and you're not in a flooding area. Oh, okay. Well, obviously, yeah, machining Nuga knives, that makes absolute perfect sense. I totally, if you're in a machining class, I can see why you would want the phosphor bronze washers. That absolutely makes sense. I mean, I think I'd only be carrying, I would take my Rick Hinder and I would be putting the phosphor bronze washers on it too, right? I would absolutely do that. That makes perfect sense. And the one thing you don't want to bring in there would be like a factor, because that would be like magnetic dust, whatever, right? That would be like, this would not be the knife you would want for that class, for sure. Started in the Caribbean, not over in Africa. Oh, okay. So that's a little different. That's kind of like when, was it Texas? We had the hurricane that year when that started in the Gulf and then it just came in like a category 2 or 3. It like just started right there in the Gulf and just kind of kept building. That's crazy. Well, no, well, be safe out there, okay? Make sure you keep your knives. You know, this is a good time in a hurricane situation like that. That's a good time to have a Pelican case, especially when it's water sealed. If nothing else, at least your knives will be dry. I don't know. I don't know why I said that, but if you have a Pelican case, cool. If you don't, a little late to get one, but it would be a good thing to have for a hurricane, at least, I think. So Nuga Knives, since you're taking a machining class, you obviously can see my little Dremel work on my little knife here. I need a Dremel tool to polish this, okay? Because I used the diamond bit thing to soften that out. As you can see, I got a little around the corner here. It was the first time doing it and learning how to hold it correctly so it wouldn't slip. But I wanted to polish this so it looks a little more even, and I wanted to polish the inside there so it's a little smoother. What do you recommend for a Dremel bit to get for polishing? Do you know? If not, is there any way you could maybe look that up? I'd really be curious. Yeah, magnets with oil would come clean. Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want that. That's for sure. 100%. That would be... You're just asking. I don't know if AirPods, I wouldn't do that. There's just some things you don't bring in that kind of environment. You know what I mean? Well, Michael, sorry, if whenever you have to go, just know our thoughts and prayers are with you. Keep safe. Make sure you're nice and dry and in a good, safe place, and hopefully everything goes well for you guys out there. Yeah, so the other nice thing is if you Met and Boss, speaking of machining Nuga knives and others, sorry, I got something on my knife here, a little dirty. What did I get on there? I feel like I got to clean it off. I got something on my knife. That bothers me because it's one of my favorite knives, right? So you don't want to have that stuff on there. There we go. All right. So Met and Boss does some really nice machining, and I'm sure you probably appreciate that, but I really like the scale that he did. It's frag, right? If you know Rick Hinder, he has a very unique texture that he does, and all his titanium are the same. I like this. I did not hate that. And I think it matches really well stone washed. And the cutout there is really nice, and you can see it's nice, even, uniform kind of thickness there as far as the scale is concerned. Get that right angle. Oh, there we go. Oh, too far. There we go. And I don't know. And it fit really nicely. So you can see that right there. Look at the back. So it locks up really nice. I liked it. I like it. I like it. Not I liked it. I like it. He has some really fancy ones. Like if you wanted to do, a zirconium, or you wanted to Timascus, and they're $800 to $1,000, some of those things. But, that stuff's expensive. Oh, I need to get some Fitz polish. Okay, I got to get that. I got to get some of that. I need to do that. I typically, the only reason a lot of people do Fitz is, I'll always do this kind of agent stuff to, sharpen. But Fitz is, I've heard that works really, really well on polishing titanium. Yeah. So cotton swab and that. I do have the little, what are they? The cotton. Here, I'll pull it out. Pulling out my Dremel. I do have the little pieces that they do. Let's see if I can. Where'd it go? Oh, did I leave it on the tip? On the no? Sorry, I have one in here that I thought. Did I? Oh, it is. Sorry, this is one, but I put the polishing compound on it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's the bit. This is you screw this little kind of cotton thing on here, and I did it with this. You can see that. But then I used I thought this would work. It's called polishing compound, right? And I thought this would work well on the titanium, but I'm not sure if I was doing it exactly correctly. I'm learning. It's my first time, and I did it only because I liked the knife so much, and I really, really wanted to keep it. And I thought, you know, and then when I had that other one, the standard Golden Design Works, I got those scales that were unfinished. And as soon as I put them in my pocket, it like shredded my pants. And I was like, I can't do that. I really like the design. So I was able to fix that. But with Fitz, okay. Is it Fritz or Fitz? Fitz? Not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Should probably look at that. Maybe I'll look at Amazon. Is that where you get it, Amazon? Is that a good place to get it, or is there a better place? Flitz. Okay, Flitz. All right, so let's see if we can find it. Okay, there it is. So this, one of these guys, maybe just one of these tubes. Which one do you recommend? Do you recommend the polished like this, or one of these, you know, big old tubes? I don't need like a gallon or 2.2 pounds. I just need a little itty bitty bit. So I think I'll probably end up getting something like this, maybe a little tube like that. I think that'll probably be plenty, right? Something like that. Yeah, that'll be cool. You ever see that? Sometimes you buy three at $8 is $24, but then you can buy three for $28. So I can spend $4 more to get a 3-pack, or I could just buy 3 single ones. And then I could buy 6 times 8 is $48. I could still spend $3 more than buying them individually. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways. Okay. Cool. Javon Flicks, welcome this evening. Appreciate you, channel member, for 2 months. I got to give a shout out to you. Where's my kazoo? So here we go. Javon, thank you. So thank you, Javon. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for joining, and a big shout out to you for 2 months. Thank you, sir. Looks into the Wicket Wax Knife Cleaner. Look into the Wicket Wax Knife Cleaner. Okay, the Wicket Wax Knife Cleaner. Let's take a look at that. Now, can I find that on Amazon though? So let's see. If not, hopefully you'll tell me where else to look. Wicket Wax Knife Cleaner. No kazoo needed. is that like no kazoo needed because, like, you know, oh shucks, or is it like, oh, that's so bad, please don't play the kazoo? Right? It probably could be like, you know, I know I'm not pretty good. I'm not great on that. So, all right. So it is the Wicket Wax Knife. Where is the Wicket Wax Knife? Now I see a lot of, oh, there it is. Wicket Wax Knife. This one right here. Is that the one you're talking about? Easy Smith Wicket Wax, cutting edge knife protection for steel. Now, is this the one that'll polish things up, or is it just like a cleaner to kind of get things? River's Edge or DLT or direct? Okay, let's go look at that. That's a good point. Let's go check a look over there. That's a let's do DLT. Here's DLT. Wicket Wax Knife Cleaner. There we go. All right. There's a little 2-ounce bin if you want to do something small. You know what this reminds me of? I think, and I don't know if it's the same one, but it looks similar. McNeese sells some stuff like that for McNeese knives. You know, McNeese, see if I can find that. Where is my McNeese? I know I had it saved here. All right, I'll find it. I'm just wondering if it's similar. Maybe he's repackaging it with McNeese brand on there, kind of like what he does with the Lynch clips. That'd be cool. Oh, is he? Okay, very cool. I'll have to check that out. Like they sell something, and I'd be kind of curious. I wonder if it is his stuff. Maybe. Let's see. Got to find it first, though. I think it was near the end. Let me go to the end. Of course not. Once I go look at those Tontos, man. I want one of those Tontos. Those are nice. That would be one of those acquisitions I would like to hone in on, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, Javon, because this happened this week. I did it, and it's going to put a little dent in the old budget there for a while. So I got to wait. Here it is. I don't know if it's the same one. And this looks like it's a McNeese branded stuff. EDC blade wax. I just wasn't sure if this was the same guy or not. Maybe he sold it to McNeese to sell because it looked like the same kind of container. I don't know. That's cool though. So Wicked wax. All right, I gotta. I should do. I should probably. Let me throw one of those in my cart. That way it's there when I'm done. I can take a look. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was quite the surprise. So this week, I had an awesome subscriber who allowed me to check out their voodoo knife. So that was amazing, and I did my unboxing on that. I've never had a chance to get a hold of one of these, and I heard the hype, and I was getting kind of like, a little salty because I couldn't find it. And I got salty thinking that, maybe this knife is really not that good. And so one of my awesome subscribers who got one shared it with me. It's been here at my desk. I don't do anything with it. Don't cut anything. I just open and close it. And I was like, okay, all right. I get it. This is a phenomenal knife. So the Reiku is going to be on the hunt, right? In September when they have the drop. But that was awesome. But then this. And then the other one, Fred Private's labels for companies. Oh, because it looks, when I saw inside the container, the color, the yellowish kind of the paste, that's what McNeese looks like. It looks, that's what I'm saying. The container looks almost the same, and yeah, they all could have a similar consistency, sure, but it would be really cool if he did that. Yeah, they've been on fire. So it's a good time to kind of chill a little bit, right? But this was one of those, I didn't even think I would get it because I went in there and I remember I missed the drop, and I went over and looked, and there was the $1,800 Domesteel one with the Timascus. It was gorgeous. It's like, that's out of my range. And then I saw this one and I was like, what? And I don't hate the orange fat carbon fiber inlay with the beautiful blue anodized. And I don't know if you saw, and you guys, you may have all have had tons of Hermans. This is my first one, right? But the blue anodized liner is another level crazy cool. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the blue color on that anodization. It is just ridiculous. It's just phenomenal. I really like the little touches. So, yeah. I'm glad I did, right? But for a while, I'm pretty much done. It'll be all the Apex pass around, or any vendor or subscriber that might let me borrow a knife, or any manufacturer might let me check out a knife. That's going to be my majority of my stuff. But I do have a lot of reviews I need to catch up on. So I've got a lot of content for I would say probably I can generate content for at least a month and a half without doing anything with the stuff I have. So I think I'm in good shape. So to give me enough time to recover. At least I hope so. I will say it is pretty amazing. Likewise, like they had that E-Knives special on the Shiro. I caught that. Whew. Oh, almost dropped that on my knife. So anyways, they had the E-Knives special on this one right here. And it's the cheap man's Shiro, I guess you could call it, but it's nothing cheap about it. And that was really phenomenal. And so I didn't think, I thought it was done. And then that happened. So yeah, fortunately I dropped it on the G10 scale. So it was a nice, soft, cushiony impact. So this is going to probably, most likely, it's going to be a giveaway at some point in the near future. This is the Vision FG, the nice little knife by Snex. It has the super lock and the Snex design. I don't hate this one. The more I handle it, the more I like it. And I think, Tyler, were you the one that you have one of these that you have with maybe Skiff washers in it? I'm not sure if that was you, but I don't actually. Yeah, it's kind of growing on me a little bit. So I'll just say that, okay? Because at first the titanium one I wasn't a huge fan of. That one I really like. Yeah, I agree. All of those things for me, and that's the thing. Anything I have in my collection, it's a user knife. Now, am I going to go out? You going to see me go out chopping wood with this thing? No. I'm going to have a fixed blade or an axe. I mean, I'm not going to me, that seems not the best choice, right? And if I carry something like this, and I'm in a situation where I might have to use something, like I went to a party and I had a nice knife and they asked me to open a bottle of wine because I'm the knife guy and I had a knife. Imagine if I brought this and they were asking me to open a bottle of wine, the aluminum, foil on top. No, I want to carry a little fifth pocket knife where I can do that. So I don't have to worry about damaging that. But I will open up letters, envelopes, packages. I'll cut cardboard with this. I'll cut water bottle cases open, dog food, cat food. Absolutely. I have no problem with that. At least that's my attitude. I don't know about you guys, but I want it to be a user. Yeah, so I believe these are free ceramic ball bearings in there. It's not caged. Because I actually got a little bag of extra ball bearings for this. And it looks like it's the 3/16 size, the small ones, the really small ones. They could be the 1 or 2 millimeter ball bearings, but they are pretty small. And I'm sure there's probably quite a few in here. But that action is ridiculous. Let's see if we can see it. Come on. Now it's not dropping. It's kind of, I got the fan in here. It's not as warm as it was. There we go. Huh. Before it was dropping like crazy. I wonder if it's because I've got the fan blowing on. It's kind of getting cool in here because it's been hot all day. So Nuga knives. The cool thing about the cool. Thank you. I appreciate you using that RNK10. The whole point of that is so you get the discount, right? What I really get out of it is, I'll get the discount too, right? But I get, hopefully after a while, sometimes he'll send me stuff to give away. Like I have some Skiff stuff I'm going to be doing as part of a giveaway. We have a little sample. We have one of his little finger, what do you call it? Little tools and the little Skiff washer size thing and all that stuff. I have a little stuff that he'll send and we can give away. So that's what I get out of that. And I was just excited because it gives me a chance to recommend to you guys because I really like Skiffs. I would use Skiffs even if that didn't happen, but I wanted to hopefully pass it along so you guys could get something. But I appreciate you doing that because you know what it does? It tells Steve that, yeah, some of the people who subscribe and all of the stuff, they actually like it, and they may actually use the coupon code. So he'll keep allowing me to be a partner. So that's cool. Yes, I did know that about the Nuga knives. I saw somebody actually disassemble this, the multi-row, and you literally take them out of it. It's like a plate that's in there, not a plate, but a washer, and they kind of sit in there, and typically the oil will keep it in place, most likely. It sits in, and then you put the ceramic ball bearings inside of that multi-row. It's not like caged like the Skiffs are. Are you talking about one of these with the cage ceramics? Yeah. So, what was the other thing that we were talking about? The Andrew Demko one? Was it the Andrew Demko guys? You guys were talking about the new 8022. Is that the one? Has anyone gotten a hold of that? Has that been selling yet? You know, you saw it at the Blade Show and people talking about it, but I'm really kind of curious when that drops, because that's one of those things that he's always in such demand, especially if it's a USA made one. I'm never going to find out about it. So, all right. So these are all 80/20.5s. Hey, level on up. Welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. How are you doing? Yeah, I saw that the box is going to be delivered tomorrow. It said Monday at first, and then I guess it got delayed. Actually, several boxes seem to get delayed, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, it should be there Tuesday, tomorrow. So hopefully you'll get a chance to enjoy that knife. Level On Up won the giveaway last Monday. I try to do a giveaway every 2 weeks. That's my goal. That's what I try to do. Anything that I may generate in revenue from YouTube, it usually goes to the giveaway. So that's what I do. All the other stuff is my money. So there you go. But yeah. Oh, really? It was like an integral. Okay. Yeah. So you know what I did take apart? I took apart my iMama to clean it. The iMama, I have one of the first ones. I don't have the new one with the Skiff cage ceramic ball bearings. Hey, Louie, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Eating wings, so I wasn't able to greet you all. My family and I are doing better. Times heals wounds, kind of. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You know, the good thing is, you can, with family and things, you can remember the good memories, right? Hopefully that is what you do. It was like it's okay and it's allowable after something like that to smile and laugh when you remember the good memories. That is something that if my kids, I would want them to be able to do. I really would. And I think any parent would want that, right? So it's good to be able to do that. Enjoy those memories. Right after my mom passed away, my brothers and I, we were talking about our mom, and memories we had, we were laughing because we remembered all those good things. And it was really good. It was good, But that's okay. You're not in a rush to have to get through this. You take your time, right? Just know it's a journey. As long as you're moving forward, just keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. Oh man, Louis, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. All right, level on up. I appreciate you being here. You got stuck in Kansas City. All right. Well, we'll see you later. Appreciate you being here and listening in. So feel free to jump in at any time. Chef Rocky. Hey, Chef Rocky, I didn't say hello. My goodness. I just totally missed that. Louis and I were having a conversation and I didn't say hello. So welcome, Chef Rocky. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you. And thank you for being a channel member. I really do appreciate that. Level on up. Appreciate you being a channel member, by the way. All right, so yeah, so I Nougat knives. I did take this one apart. It had the free the ceramic ball bearings. I had to take those apart. Boy, I had my little mat where I keep everything, so if they flip out anywhere, I would catch them. I wish I had done that when I took my smock apart, because I've got to go hunting for my spring for my smock. I lost the second detent hole spring, and I kind of know where it is over here, but I gotta take things very carefully apart to go hunting for it, because it sounded like it landed on something. But yeah, that was fun. Hey, no problem, Javon. Hey, are you having the live stream tonight? For you guys, is that tonight at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central? Is that going on, or is it 9:45, or I forget when the time starts? If you're having that, let me know. Maybe we can put a little link so everybody can check that out after we're done here. That would be cool if they all jump over there. So I was trying to look real quick, as hopefully Javon will let me know, but I was trying to look at, see what they had over here for the Demco. Do they have the 20? See, there's the 20.5. There, that's all the 20.5s. I don't see any of the new ones. Where would we find some of the latest stuff? Dang Ross, hey, what's up, man? Sup, nerd? Sup, nerd yourself? Appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for joining. How are you this evening? Tonight we've been chatting. Been chatting about, at least for myself, I've I got a chance this week to experience a Bigfoot knife, a knife that I've never been able to get up my hands on. And even the times when I've tried, it sold out in seconds. Somebody had a pre-order Voodoo. And let me see, I'll bring it over here. They had this pre-order Voodoo. Okay, so you're doing it 9:15 Central. All right, so Pocket Metal, we'll try to head that way maybe here in a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. 9:15. If we wrap up, we'll do that. If not, then we'll just shortly thereafter. But dang Ross, I got a chance to check this out. And I'd heard about it, and I got a little salty because I couldn't get a hold of it, right? You ever get salty when you can't find a knife and you really try to get it? Then you get salty because you can't get it, and you get mad because you can't get it, and then you just get a little more salty. Has that ever happened to anybody? It happened to me. And so I would get a chance to check this out. Man, wow. I got to tell you, I understand the hype. I understand the excitement. And I got to experience it. This knife is something else. Beautiful. Just really phenomenal. I got to tell you. So they have a Reiku pre-order September 12th. I might break my pre-order, thing. I don't like the pre-order. I might do it. So that's how good it is. All right. So what do we got there? Is that the Metalheads link? By the way, Milton, is that for the Metalheads? Let's see here. Javon's flick. Now, do you have Javon, if you haven't left yet, do you have the link for the show tonight? For the Pocket Metal? That's a different channel, isn't it? Or can we find that on your channel? If you're still here, if you happen to have the link, or you happen to tell us where we can get it, I'll try to see if I can do a search for Pocket Metal, because I thought that was that a channel of its own, or is that somebody's channel? Let's see here. Metalhead Mondays. I think that's what it is. Okay, there we are. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this over here real quick, just so you guys can see. If you guys, I totally understand if you want to jump over and say hello, but maybe when we wrap this up, I would love for us, because I like to go over here and watch as well. There's Metalhead Mondays right here. I'm going to say no thanks to that. And we can come over and join them as well. So this is where I would, say if you want to hear some more knife talk,
that's definitely a place to go check it out. So, and did you already put that link in there? I think you did. That's the one, right? If it's not, let's see what this link is. Is this the same one? Okay, so that's the new one. All right, so that's the new one right there. So what was I looking at? Is this the live one? This looks like it's live too. I wonder if that's, maybe there are two different links for the same one. All right. It'll be on yours tonight. Okay. So what I'm showing right now, is that you? Am I talking to you as you're typing to me and I'm looking at you, you're looking at me? I won't play the audio because I don't want to copyright you and you copyright me, but that's funny if it is. So cool. If it is, we're definitely I'm gonna make sure we all head that way. All right, guys. So, all right. So what were we talking about? We were talking a little bit about that's the old stream. All right. So the new stream is going to be this one that I think it was mine and Milton were sharing. This one right here. All right. So that's the new one right here. This right here. Okay. So and you already put the link in there. I think it's right up here. So this is the one I'll save it and we'll do it again when we sign off at that point. Yeah, I see that. It's prepping. It's 7 minutes and 32 seconds till you go live. At least that's what it's telling us, right? So this is where we're going to go. But that being said, the Reiku, after my experience, Louis and everyone else, when we were talking about this, Dang Ross, after I got a chance to experience the voodoo, which was amazing, I think I may break this pre-order and do this. And what does anybody know how long the pre-order is out? Is it like a half a year on this one? Does it say? Because sometimes you can get a pre-order, it can be a year out. You know, that's rough. But you know, if it's that good, I guess that's all right. Does it say when their anticipated pre-order time is? Usually it's on here somewhere. You know, say 3 months, 6 months. You know, kind of have a rough estimate on an ETA on there. I'm not finding it. Oh, 5 months. There it is. Right at the top. It'll help if I read. So that's not bad. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. So, yeah. And I like this. You know what this reminds me of? Actually, now that I think about it, the Reiku kind of reminds me of the Radon and the Voodoo kind of put together, doesn't it? Is that me just seeing that? So I don't know about you guys. That's what I see. So anyways, I like it. I think this is pretty cool. I'm gonna probably gonna break my, hey, El Cap Addict, what's up? How you doing this evening? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Awesome subscriber. I appreciate you. Chef Rocky as well. Thank you. All right, so there's Chef Rocky. If you haven't had a chance to check him out, oops, whoa. What happened there? I hit the wrong button. Don't want to do that. If you haven't had a chance to check out, subscribe, and then look at least one of his videos if you can. Try to watch a short or something, watch it all the way through. That way your subscription will stay, okay? Because sometimes those subscriptions get lost if you don't do that. If you just subscribe, YouTube sometimes thinks you were incorrectly or accidentally subscribed, and they'll help you by taking that subscription away, even if you don't want it, just so you know. But I think I'm going to do that. I think by then I will have recovered from that. But don't worry, my consolation in my recovery is that I'll be carrying this. I will carry this. So I am pretty excited about that. But that's my that's my consolation. So as we get ready,
because we've got a couple other live streams about to start. What was everybody carrying this week, and what are any new acquisitions in the radar for you guys besides maybe the Reiku? I don't know. Some of you guys may be looking at that. What are some of the other things? Did anybody get in on any of the recent ones, like the what is it? The obscene. Oh gosh, we were just there. Obscene. My brain just went dead. Why can I not remember this? Hey, Todd Carr, welcome this evening. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining the live stream. We are talking about, appreciate being a channel member, channel subscriber, and a member. Thank you so much. We are talking about that Bigfoot grill knife that you can never get. And then when you get a hold of it, you find out it's even better than you thought. And, what do you do? And so for me, this week, I got a chance to drink water. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Drink Water. Appreciate you being here this evening. I got a chance to try out the Voodoo by Knoll Knives. This was like one of those things I could not even think. Every time I looked, it was gone. And an awesome channel subscriber allowed me to have a chance to try this out. And it has been phenomenal. And I get it. I get it now. I get the excitement for this knife. It is something ridiculously good, mind you. And I really, really like it. It was quite the experience. That designer, I get it. And so I think the Reiku is something I might very seriously attempt to pursue. So there you go. So I enjoyed that a lot. That was a lot of fun. The other thing that I got this week that you guys might have seen we talked about, I did get my scale for my non-flipper Rick Hinderer 18 XM18 3.5 inch one, and that came out really, let me do it left-handed. Came out really nicely. This Met embossed design. I know it's not the Rick Hinderer scale per se, and I kind of like it. I really do. I like the frag pattern. It's a little different. It's a really good quality scale. It's a full scale. It's not just a scale over the liners, so it's linerless, just like a typical Rick Hinderer scale. It locks up really well. The action is phenomenal. Centering is dead on, so there's no issues there. Met embossed does a really outstanding job. So that was one of the things I really like that. So getting a chance to try out a Voodoo, getting a chance to get the nice titanium scale on there, that was a lot of fun this week. Really enjoyed that. We had a chance to, obviously we've been doing a little bit with the Shiro. That was a lot of fun this week. And then we had a chance to experience that. That is just wow. Yeah. So that is just wow. But that was kind of the week for me. Yeah, that Voodoo is really, I wish I'd gotten in on this. It is something else. It is just really great. And this is blue micarta. It's really nice. I don't like micarta normally. And I know for some of you guys who love micarta, you probably just choked on your water or your drink or whatever, so I apologize. But I'm not a micarta fan. I know that's hard to believe, but it doesn't ring out to me as much. But this micarta is really nice. This is a blue micarta, and it has a really nice look to it. Really beautiful kind of a look. And it's done so well. Obviously, Riot did this, so it's got to be phenomenal. And the action is just really great. So, yeah. Oh, a full custom Andrew Demko. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I do have a couple of customs, and having experienced customs, I agree with you. I get it. I get it now. It is a whole different game. And you don't even have to get the out of way super fancy custom to enjoy that, but I can only imagine a full custom, how awesome that would be. Oh, you sent me some pictures of the 8022. Okay, that's cool. That's more money than sense in his collection is insane. That's funny. That would be like Sierra Bound. Have you ever seen Sierra Bound's collection of knives? It is off the chart. It is, I think he has more knives in his junk pile of knives than I do in my whole collection. That guy he is a hardcore collector. So yeah, so micarta tends to be one of those that looks really great or not. And I like the look of this, but it works really well with the acid wash. That's what I think what does this for me is the blue micarta and the acid wash. This is an acid wash blade and handle. And this combination just works really nicely. Now, if it was not acid washed, I would want it to be a really black, more polished blue micarta, black micarta, or personally, I like carbon fiber. But that's just me. But just because I don't like micarta doesn't mean if you love micarta, you don't, love micarta. I like carbon fiber, and I know some people hate carbon fiber. I like titanium, but I also like carbon fiber and titanium. Some people only like titanium, right? And that happens. And we can enjoy what we like. I think that's perfectly fine. G10 for winter and TI for summer. That does make sense though, especially in the cold. If you're up where it gets really cold, sub-zero, you don't want to be grabbing a sub-zero knife. That can give you frostbite. It can also, if anything is wet, it'll freeze right on. Yeah, I see that. I absolutely see that. I'm in Texas, so I don't really have to worry about that. We just broke. We went down to double digits today, so we're excited not to be at 100. First time in 3 months, and we actually had rain for the first time in 3 months. So we don't worry about that. we want texture so it doesn't slip out of our hand because we're sweating so much, right? So that's what I really like the Sting. Man, the texture on that thing, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it up there. Can you see the texture on that thing? That milling is ridiculous, and it just fits really nicely in your hand. So yeah, I like that kind of texture. That works really well for me. Definitely. Okay, you should send it a DM. So let me go take a look at that. I will definitely go take a look. Oh, that's cool. You won, Chef Rocky? Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Am I seeing that correctly? You won? That's awesome. Oh, there you go. You got you got one of my favorite knives right here. I really, really like this a lot. This kickstop is phenomenal. And I don't know if you can see this. People say, it's drop shut. Some people like it a lot slower, but you have to see that this is not like guillotine drop shut. If you can see this is very controlled. For as thick as this blade is, this is really controlled. You see that drop right there? I mean, that's not like guillotine. I'm not worried that's going to fall on my finger and chop it off. That's super controlled. I did that intentionally, and I really enjoy that. I don't know if you did that. Definitely recommend you maybe consider trying that. It's a lot of fun. Makes this blade even more enjoyable for me personally. But that's just me. Carbon fiber and titanium, I do like that. That's really cool though. Congratulations on winning that. And let's see, what was it? There was another DM there. So let me see. I gotta get logged in back on Instagram on my computer. Somehow I got logged out on my computer with it. I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. Okay, so that's the 8022. Is that USA made, Nuka Knives? Is that USA made? I'm kind of curious. Controlled is my way and the only way. Hey, you know what? You do you. You do your knife how you want it. Some people even think this is not controlled enough. Some people want to be able to do a little, bounce. They want to be able to help it, kind of juggle it down a little bit, kind of move it down, right? Some people want that. Other people love to see a blade just guillotine down. Like, okay, so if you don't like the guillotine, Herman does a very controlled smooth, but it's very controlled. I have to tell you, it's a lot different than like Shirgorov. I find those, once you get past the detent, right? Let me get past it because I'm trying to do this real slowly so you can see it. Come on. It's almost the guillotine once you get past that little, it goes pretty fast. It's still very smooth, but it's a lot faster, I think. That's almost too fast, but as long as you have a way to control that, I guess it's okay. My Rick Hinder non-flipper has ridiculous action, but again, I had it, so I got it to the point where, okay, it was not as droppy before, and I think it's when I switched out the scale just today, it became a little more droppy, so I may have to tighten that up just a hair, because that's not as fast as I had it before. I had it a little more controlled, but that's me. That's how I like it. So they're customs only. Oh, okay. That's crazy. Yeah, Brunswick, Canada. I bet it gets cold up there. You better have some G10 or carbon fiber or micarta or something so you're not freezing your fingers off, because you grab that knife and it's 15 below zero, you might as well pick up dry ice, right? That's crazy. It was 100 4 days ago and I was melting. It's been 100 to 105 to 110 in Texas for 3 months straight. Today it's cool. It's 97. It's under 100. And we may actually have another day under 100 tomorrow, but who knows? It may go back up. So I looked at that, Chef Rocky. So which DM? There's 3 pictures in there. Just make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Oh, you went to, oh, that's cool. Oh, so is that what you got there? But I also saw that you won. Didn't you win the giveaway? That's really cool, man. That's really cool. So did you get that there at the store? That's really awesome. So very cool. I need to, we were going to go on vacation, my wife and the family. We were going to go up to Tennessee. We wanted to go to where they had Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I've always wanted to go check that out just because it looks like a cool store just to go through. Minus 40 in the winter, over 100 in the summer. Yeah, I have a friend who lives in Minnesota, and they get, they have to hold full cover because it's under minus 50. It's kind of like, feels like Alaska weather in the Midwest up there. There's just places where it gets really cold. Now, 2 years ago here in Waco, we had temperatures, we were under 0 degrees. We had sub-zero, first time in decades. That usually doesn't get that cold. We'll get down to maybe the 20s, the 10s sometimes, but we never go below 0. We actually went below 0. That was a first for us. It went down to minus 4 or 5 degrees. That would be like you getting minus 80 degrees, if I can make it equivalent to you. But we did hit 110 this year. That was the hottest day of the year. The heat index was like 118, so that was nice. It's a cool store, but the employees are hit and miss and know a lot. Some know nothing. Yeah, you always find that in any store, It's funny because I've gone into some knife stores where people will start telling me all sorts about, this is a great SOG knife. It's made overseas. It's really, you're like, it's made in China. It's a budget knife. I'm not interested. Thank you. Or something like that, which is fine. Sometimes a budget knife could be really what you're looking for. I have budget knives. I have a lot of budget knives that I like. Matter of fact, here you go. Here's the Civivi Vision FG. Great budget knife. I like this one. It's not bad. And this will probably be a future giveaway, by the way. So, but, it's just, if you're coming in there, you wanted to check out some nice stuff. I went to a store where I actually got to check out the deadlock. Got a chance to actually check out a deadlock. And I actually held it and deployed it. It was phenomenal. I can actually say I held a deadlock, and it does lock up like crazy. It is the best OTF, but it's also the most expensive OTF that, depending on what your basic OTF you want. $18 one spot. Okay. It's like going to a knife show. Okay, I can see that. I could see that. Yeah, definitely. So for speaking of that control thing, I will say that's what I found about like the Herman here. And it has that sing. Did you ever hear that? Did people talk about it? So I don't know if you can hear this. Let's see if you can hear this. Do you hear that? It's kind of like a unique acoustics. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it was a thing, but that's really a thing. Now this one has a unique acoustic because it does have a carbon fiber inlay. And I don't know if that adds to the acoustics or changes it a little bit. So I don't know, because I don't, it's my only Herman I've ever experienced. So just like the Trevor Burger here, this has a purple fat carbon scale, and it has a very unique acoustic sound that I really enjoy as well. Kind of interesting. So I don't know. The G&G Deadlock, yeah, are over 2K, I believe. Yeah. So I think they were I thought it was $1,700 was the very, very basic bottom of the line. But I don't know if he's even making those now. He's been doing all those John Wick series, and that's like $5,000 a piece, because you get the box and the pencil, and it's really kind of a super custom nice one. But that's out of my range. I'm not, every knife I want to. I mean, if I were to get a G&G Deadlock, I would want to carry it. Now I remember when they used to sell, you could get one for, what was it, like, I thought there was a point where they were under $1,000. They were like $700, $800, $900 for the real basic one. I'm talking years ago, but that would be something I could reasonably do, right? But yeah, like every one of these things, I'm going to carry this. Absolutely. This is not a queen save. Absolutely carry this Trevor Burger Custom. I've carried, and I will carry it more. My Rick Hinder obviously is a carry and user. This is not mine, so it will go back to the person who kind enough to let me borrow it, and that'll be very well taken care of. I love carrying this one. This one's fun. I like this one a lot. And it's still dirty from something I was cutting earlier, so I don't know what I got on there. I use my knives. You'll see stuff on my knives, so I apologize if that freaks anybody out. I've actually used this quite a bit. I like this. Now it's Chromax. I'm still kind of getting the feel for Chromax PM steel. Not really sure. I can't find a lot of literature on it yet, and I don't know if there's any test. I'd love to see if Laren Thomas does some research on this. I'd love to see what he comes up with, because I kind of trust the guy. He knows a thing or two about steel. 1,300. Yeah. Okay. Now, did you get like one of the carbon fiber ones, or did you just get a real basic one, or what? A shortcut for $475 for a box cutter is rough. An $800 secondary market is awful. Yeah, I think doesn't Sergio Panchenka or whatever, doesn't he do a really cool one also along with the G&G guys? Because theirs is pretty cool. But I thought they did that and didn't. Am I thinking correctly? Is it Enrique Pena who has one too, or am I thinking Sergio Panchenka? But I know there's a couple of them out there who have some really nice ones. But I know the G&G one is really cool. Definitely well done, obviously. Oh, Sergio, is that a slip joint though? But it's the one that you can replace the blade on though, right? Can't you replace the blade on that one? There's one that he does. I thought you can replace the blade. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. The aluminum ones. Okay. Yeah. So Nuga knives, I completely agree with you. I am, I said I'm almost tempted to buy a slip joint only because that one, really the superlative one that they had looks really, really nice. And that would be the one I would be tempted to get. But I'm still not a slip joint fan, right? Would I get it? Yeah, I would. The problem I fear is that I would buy it and I probably wouldn't carry it a lot. And that's what always stops me just about every time when I'm almost there. I almost bought that QSP one, that Hedgehog. I almost bought a Jack Wolf one. But then I go, I'm not going to carry this. I don't think I will carry this. honestly. So, and I always look at the aesthetic. Does the aesthetic appeal to me? I, I'm, I hear the hype about everyone loving a knife and it's cool. And I check myself. Even when I see there's a really cool knife that comes out, everyone's excited about it. It looks really cool. And there's a chance to buy it, but it's moving fast. And you're like, oh, I should get it. I should get it. And then I stop because I want to make sure I'm not getting it because I'm caught up in the excitement and then I'm going to regret it. And that's kind of where, I finally made this decision. I thought about this one for years and just wanted to find the right size and the right look of one. And sure enough, this was the one. So, oh my gosh, you know what I just noticed? In the right reflection, there's a slight anodization on the pivot that has a slight blue to it. I don't know if you can see that. It's really hard to see in the light, but just like the liner's anodized, I thought it was perfectly clear, but I don't think it is. It has a very slight hue of blue anodization. Anyways, it's kind of cool. Hey, Tyler Williams, thank you so much. Oh man, you get a double. So here you go. Thank you so much to Tyler Williams. Focus. It was out of focus. Now we got to do the oops, I'm missing my thing here. So here we go. This is for you, Tyler. I appreciate you. So look at that. A little extra notes there just for you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're awesome. So appreciate that. Very humbled by that. Oh, that's really cool. It will go toward it'll go toward the payments. Right? Go toward the payments since I got to pay for that garage door to be fixed. So there you go. That's awesome. Thank you. Another one that's really cool. If you haven't, we talked about earlier, a lot of people were talking about that didn't like flippers and stuff. So by the way, I didn't read it. Let me read it. I forget to do that. I read it in my head and I don't read it out loud. So sometimes things happen in my head that don't actually make it out my mouth. Great stream. Have a good week, everyone. Thank you, Tyler Williams. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Really do appreciate you, man. You have a great week yourself. I was always worried that this was a flipper only, but I knew it had a fuller, right? So I've been working on this one for a while where I've been, now I can't do it all of a sudden. Yep, there we go. I was able to regularly make this a reverse flipper with my left hand. At least I can do it left-handed. Sorry. Every once in a while I can't do it when I guess I'm under pressure, but it does. Oops, there we go. It does work pretty well when I'm doing it. I like that. So Serge's slip joint, yeah, he's got some cool things. I totally agree with you, Nuga Knives. We were talking about that. I got totally distracted, squirrel, by the Tyler's real kindness there, so I apologize. But I'm not a fan of slip joints because that doesn't mean anybody should not be a fan of slip joints. You enjoy your slip joints if you like slip joints. Go for it, right? If I collected slip joints just to collect them, I'd probably collect them because they're really pretty and nice and has some artistic value to it. But I use every knife I carry. I want to carry it to enjoy it. And a slip joint I'm afraid, is one I just might not carry, and that to me is important. So, but that superlative one, oh gosh, whatever it was, the one Tyler was sharing with us earlier. Oh, yeah, nope, that's not it. I'm trying to find it. Do I have it open in one of these windows here? No, I guess I don't. Okay. It was the superlative one that was done by Javi Garcia, Jared Ozer, and Enrique Pena. It was somebody, if you guys remember, help me out. What is this on the tip of my tongue, tip of my head, tip of my brain? Anyways, it's another slip joint. that is very appealing to me, at least aesthetic wise. But the thing is, if I do get to the point where I might buy it, I'll probably hesitate again. That's just me, Nuga Knives. So now, so I have several Leathermen. I have the Leatherman. What is it? The rebar. I have that in my car, and then I have one here that's the Leatherman Titanium TI3 or whatever it is. The real fancy one. I use that all the time, and that has. But those blades lock. They're not slip joints. They actually lock in place, and I can release it single-handedly like a liner lock. Is that what you're thinking about? Like you're thinking some of those Leathermans are more like a. They're more like a slip joint. Yeah, always a locking version. I agree. That's why when I got my rebarb and the other one, I wanted to make sure those locked in place. I've actually handled one where it slipped, right? And if it wasn't for the fact that my hand was clear, it could have been really bad, right? So is it the P2? I tried to get the garage 40th anniversary, but oh yes, that was amazing. I didn't know about that Nuga Knives. I will tell you, hey, Chef Rocky, thank you. I didn't know about that special anniversary one, and I got the email for it. I went to the website, and it was available. I could have bought it. It was available, and it was available for a few minutes as I was looking at it, because I guess I got one of the first emails before people realized it. And I went back, and it was still there, and I thought, I'll get something else. I could have bought it. I didn't realize how special that knife or that Leatherman was. Looking back on it, I'm like, because now people are reselling it for 2 to 3 times the price. But I would have liked to have that. That would have been really cool. Kicking myself for that one. You ever run into a knife that you could have bought and you didn't realize that it was like one of those hot items and you could get it? That's always interesting. The Microtech Annex Tonto is a sick one, but too much. You know what? Chicago 23, I actually owned one of those. I sold mine to the Beard of Doom. I actually had one, and I did a review on that and an unboxing, matter of fact, and I sold it to Beard of Doom because he really liked it. He likes big knives. I had it. I liked it. I could front flip it. It's a cool knife, really cool knife. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it. I had the full DLC version, by the way, and it was really nice. It had multi-row bearings, but I wanted to take it apart and clean out those washers because it just felt gritty. Not gritty. Let me rephrase that. It didn't feel as smooth as I thought it could be. It wasn't gritty. It felt like it had potential. You know what I mean? I like to take knives apart. I like to clean them and tune them. And if I have a knife that doesn't feel as good as I want it to, and I feel like it should be, I will disassemble it and I'll clean it. So. Oh, so you had a Microtech Annex for that? Wait, so it didn't take your payment, but gave me an invoice number, so I thought I had it for a few days. Oh, man, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. It is drop shutty, Chicago 23. I will give you that. It is absolutely drop shutty. It's a big knife. I feel like it's a knife that would do really well with gloves, especially the front flipper portion. It's very aggressive jimping. And that front flipper, I think, with a pair of gloves would just be fantastic. It worked well, but man, it's aggressive, and gloves would do well. Unless you are a carpenter and you've got some thick calluses, you use that knife too much after a while. You got to find a sweet spot so you're not stripping some skin off. You know what I mean? It's just like the Chavez. This jimping on here, you're not going to move anywhere. And if you move anywhere with this jimping, you may move, but whatever's touching there is going to stay there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's going to detach from your finger because that's sharp. And if you plan to use this aggressively a lot, I might consider chamfering or rounding those edges. In fact, I've done that with several things. And if I use this a lot aggressively and I found myself in a situation where I'm using this more and more, I think I would just work on those edges just a little bit, just to knock them down, just a hair. Not enough to lose traction, but just enough not to be a razor blade. You know what I mean? Your socks are slip joints along with some of my older multi-tools from Gerber. Okay, yeah, Leatherman have slip joint tools on them. Most of the newer ones have locks on them. Yeah, so I got all newer ones. I don't have one of the older ones. So I guess maybe that's why I don't have that issue. But if you get one of the older ones, I can see that. Absolutely. That's cool. Okay. Man, I feel bad for you, Nuga Knives. I hate that. That actually happened to me with it was a knife I was trying to get. Oh, the Exciton. When I first tried to get the Exciton, was it the Exciton? Yeah. No, it was something else. It's another knife where I did that, and it kept showing up, and I couldn't get. Oh, the Trogon. Yeah, it was a Wee Knives Trogon, and it would drop on the website, and I would try to order it, and it would be available, and then I would have it, and I couldn't check out, but it'd be in my cart, and it would show available. I'd add it, I'd go in, I'd go check out, and it wouldn't. And it's like it was stuck. It was like a broken, bad piece of data on the website. Yeah, so you're right next to E-Knives. So you probably already handled the shear grower Quantum there. If I mean, you could handle this one. You can handle a bunch of the other ones. Did you get a chance to handle the Wraith, the Heretic Wraith? I'm not a fan of that one. I don't know if you know that. I had a bad experience with mine. I hope mine was the only bad experience. It seems like other people had better experiences. Now, I know one guy had a great review on the Wraith version, the previous model. I think I had a version 3. There was a version 2, the one that's with the carbon fiber scales, and that looked like it had much better action. But the one I got, and I wasn't the only one that had struggled with that. So Chicago 23, was that the Wraith version 3 with the titanium integral, or was it the carbon fiber integral? Just curious. I'm assuming it's the manual frame lock. Back to lurking for a bit. No problem, Todd. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for stepping in and talking. Your Switch tan lock came with a disappointing edge, very uneven, not excusable for 425. Yeah, I agree with that. I've had a few knives like that, and that does bother me. I mean, yeah, can we all pre-profile the edge and put a nice polished edge on there? Sure. But you expect at least a decent out-of-the-box edge. And most of the time when I get a out-of-the-box edge, it's not bad. It's sharp. Now, oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. All right, so this is the first time I've ever gotten an out-of-the-box edge. I just realized this. Can you see the edge on this thing? Let me see if I can get you. Let me zoom in. This is the first, I just noticed this. That is a polished edge. But yes, you get a knife like that, and nor is this going to be a good example, is it? Yeah, this is not going to be a good example either, because that's also a polished edge. Well, that's what you get with customs, I guess, right? So shouldn't expect that. But I will say, like my Evo Typhoon, I've actually stropped it, and I do. And I'm on meetings a lot, so I'll sit there and I will strop the knives, because I like it to be razor sharp, but I also like crazy sharp. I like to be able to whittle a hair, and I like to be able to see that. And if you're patient and you take the time, when you're in long IT call meetings that you have to listen to lots of people talk, I have lots of time to do this. So it's it's very therapeutic for me. So I enjoy doing that. So that's why I have unusually sharp knives. Long meetings, when you're working out of the home office, you have long meetings, you have knives, you got time to sharpen them. So anyways, and as long as the edge is pretty decent, it's a 20, anywhere between a 20-25 degree angle, I'm okay with that. I would prefer 17 to 20 personally, depending on the steel. But anyways, you're right. That gets those edges to be okay, but you can never fix an uneven edge. You really have to reprofile that, and that's annoying. Oh, you're talking about the Herman? Really? Yeah, because this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if you can see this. This edge, it is here. Yeah, it is. It is crazy, crazy smooth. It's really one of the most incredible edges I think I've ever seen for a production knife. Well, is it production? It's technically semi-custom, custom. People will call it mid-tech because it uses machines. But here's the thing. If you're expecting a full custom, it means you never use a machine and you're going to hand forge like your Thor and you have a blacksmith. I don't know if I want that custom, honestly. I would like a custom that has some CNC machining because there's some precision you can get. Now, the finishing that you can do on top of all of this from the custom, that to me is what makes it a custom, right? The fact that you have a CNC machine that cuts this scale out and then you manually polish and buff this, you manually sharpen this, you manually put the edge on, you manually polish and do the tuning on the blade, you manually set up the angle on the tang, and you manually adjust the lock bar and things like that. That to me is what makes it custom. That's just my opinion. You may disagree, and that's fine. We can disagree. Oh, the Shergorf. Okay. Let's see. I will say that Chromax is a pretty hard steel. I have worked on leather stropping this quite a bit. This has been almost as hard to strop as it is my my MagnaCut, my McNeese Mag 2, the 63 HRC. That is a hard knife to strop. It takes a lot of time. And this has too. I mean, I've gotten it there, but it's taken a lot of work. This Chromax steel, I suspect it's kind of like we're looking at maybe ZDP 189 kind of Rockwell hardness. Maybe not that high, but I suspect it's definitely above 65. It feels like it, at least. To me, it does. I could be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I have a KME too. Matter of fact, I sharpen with my KME. I do that quite regularly. Yes. Oh, the ectoctic knives, the Chavez one. That does look really nice. I will admit to you, am I saying it's exotic, or is it how do you pronounce that? I thought it was exotic, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But I know what you're saying. I will say those look really good. Even Brian Nadeau, there's a Sharp by Design variant in there as well. There's a Chavez version. The one you were talking about which is the one you were talking about, the Chavez version, yeah. But why D2? And if it's going to be D2, I mean, it would be cool if it was CPM D2, but that's going to be way more expensive because that's a whole different steel. I just wish it wasn't D2. Honestly, I wish they'd charge an extra $10, $20 and put 14C28 in. That's my only reason why I haven't wanted to grab one of those. Just not a D2 fan. Just not. So I hear you, Chicago 23. That's kind of where I stand. Yeah, Nougat Knives, I appreciate that. It is, it's very, I literally, when I opened this, I said to myself, don't expect a whole lot. Be very low expectation. And I'm glad I was, because it blew everything out of the water. Now, one thing I've noticed just here, the reflection on the blasted version, I think this is, not sure if this is satin. This almost looks like it's stonewashed, but this finish is something else. It is really nice. It's like a stonewashed, but it's like a micro stonewashed, bead blasted, pseudo whatever all together. So it almost has a beautiful kind of a nice, oh, you guys can't see, it's not in focus. Why is it not in focus? Come on now. Sorry about that. Why, just kind of a, let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. It's just a very unique kind of finish on here that I don't know how to describe it. This is all new to me. It's all new to me. I've not experienced this before, but it's definitely, I wish I can get the right angle for you guys to see this. It is just not, it's not stone washed. It's not bead blasted. It's not sandblasted. It's like imagining putting all three of those things together and creating a completely unique sort of finish on the blade. That's what it is. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's like really soft and got great traction, but at the same time, you can see, like if you use this knife, there's going to be little textures in there that you feel like it's not going to show. You know what I mean? So anyways, I just thought that was kind of cool. And that edge, I'm still kind of blown away by how sharp that edge is. It makes me almost want to get out my, I have a little scope here that I use sometimes to check the steel out. So it makes me want to look at that. See if I can see it a little bit. Oh, wow. That is really nice. Holy cow. Okay. So looking on it with my little scope, that's a really nice edge. Okay. Oops. We'll go over here. That's a really nice edge. Yeah. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Well, guys, I have really enjoyed this live stream. It's been a lot of fun. We're getting close to 10 o'clock, and I think maybe we could all jump over to Javon's Metalheads if you guys aren't going to bed or you're signing off or going to some other live stream. If you want to maybe just go over and say hi and give him a pop in, I think that would be cool if you guys wouldn't mind. If not, no worries. You go your way, but I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much, guys, for being members. All you members, I really appreciate you guys significantly a lot, and it really helps the channel out, allows me, like, looking forward. I'm not sure if it's going to be this or if we're going to do my CJRB riff. I'm not sure which of the two is going to be the giveaway. And I don't think I'll do the Skiff giveaway on a Monday night, like a single giveaway, because I feel like that, I don't know if everybody would appreciate that one as much, but I may do that as a Monday night giveaway. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should that be a Monday night giveaway? Like a single giveaway? Or should that be part of a big, like, you know, when we do the 3K giveaway? Because we're getting close to 2.5. I'm at 2.46K subscribers, which is kind of cool. It's moving along. We're getting there slowly but surely. Sometimes it goes fast. Sometimes it goes slow. I'm just excited if we get there at the end of the year, right? But what do you think? Do you want would you like to see the Skiffs as its own giveaway on a Monday night by itself, just one thing, or would you like to see it part of maybe the bigger giveaway? You let me know what you guys think. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, for some of you guys, Steve Skiff, I'm a Skiff partner. So if you use RNK10, you get 10% off buying the Skiff cage ceramic ball bearings and some of the tools there if you want. Just not the custom knives, obviously. But also he gave a little goodie bag for a giveaway. So yeah, so you know what? Give me a second. I will be right back. Let me grab that real quick. I'll show you what we got. Where did I put it? It's over here somewhere. Oh, here it is, right here. Yep. All right. So what I got from there, I'll show you. And this is why I'm thinking, I don't know if it should be its own giveaway for a whole evening, because I don't know if everybody will appreciate this one as much, because I know not everybody is into modding their knife, but I definitely want to make it. So it'll include one of these tools, and I have this tool actually over here. Let me show you. I actually use these tools myself, and because they're great. This will tell you when you take a knife apart, it'll tell you what size pivot you have. So I use this one regularly, right? And it'll tell me the size pivot and the size washers, and this will allow you to figure that out. Now I have a bunch of extra washers here, so that's one thing. It also includes this little tool right here. It's called the finger bit. This is the finger bit. And what it does, it fits one of these bits in here, and there's a magnet in there, and it sticks in there. And so if you have a a non fixed pivot or not fixed pivot. Gosh, my brain just went dead. Again, if you have a pivot that's not well, I want to say fixed, but there's another term. I guess my brain is just whatever. Captive. Thank you guys. So see, this doesn't have any screws on it. This means it's captive on this side, and there's only a screw on that side. So all you need to do is just screw that side, and it loosens up. But if you have something like this, you see how there's a screw, there's a place for a T8 here and a T8 here. So if I needed to unscrew this off, I could put this. Let me show you this little side right here, like this, on this side. And then I could get another screwdriver. Let's say I have a bit on here, and then I could unscrew it to take it apart. So it's a help. So you don't have to have two big screwdrivers that you're trying to hold like this to tighten it. So I can actually hold this right here in my hand, nice and secure like this. Just gotta make sure you get in there. Yeah, like this. I can hold it, and then I can work with it just like, oops, sorry, let me get in there. Work with it just like that. It's really nice. I like the idea. It's a really ingenious little tool. So that's what this is. And then of course there's some stickers. Matter of fact, one of the stickers, I don't have this sticker. I'm a little jealous. I'm gonna have to ask Steve if I can get one of these, because you know my wall of stickers. I don't have it. Actually, you can, if you haven't seen it, right behind me over here, this is my wall of stickers. And I have several hundred stickers up there from various knives and manufacturers. And I use it as my backdrop on my channel page, by the way. So anyway, so it includes the stickers, and then includes a sample of 3 different washers. And these are the typical washers that you'll use: a 1/4 inch, 2.52. This is a typical one that I think this is the one that goes on the Rick Hinder knives. Then the other ones are ones that typically will go on like Wee knives, or like even the Factor. So those are different. Those are the different washers. So it includes that. So if you've ever been wanting to try to put out, switch out washers, that's what this is. And mind you, this right here is probably a good, say about $50. This is about $50 worth of stuff right here. At least $50. Probably more if you don't include the shipping and taxes. So maybe $60 worth of stuff right there. I think it's pretty nice that he gave that just as a giveaway, just as a little sample. So I was thinking, should we go ahead and do this for probably one of the bigger giveaways? I think I'll leave it for that. I just didn't think on a Monday night as many people would enjoy that. But if you guys think I'm wrong, I'll be more than happy to make this a Monday night giveaway. You tell me. So I'll leave it on that note. You guys think about it, because next week we're probably thinking it's gonna be this or the Riff. One of the two. I'm kind of up in the air which one I'm going to be doing. So one of those two is going to be the giveaway knife for next week. So that's what we'll be doing. So there will be a giveaway next weekend, or next Monday, excuse me. Thank you guys for being here this evening. Really appreciate every one of you. You say split it up, give away a knife with a full size, with the size bearings, give option to send the skiffs to, and then the knife without a captive pivot and tool, and then card. That could be an idea. So let's see. This one has captive pivot. CJRB has captive pivot. I'd have to find a knife that doesn't have a captive pivot for that. So, you know, I'm sure I could find that. Maybe I can find a Sencut, because Sencut does that a lot. And Sencut would be a good knife to give away. That would probably be a good knife. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate the thoughts. I will definitely do that. El Cap Attic, Nougat Knives, Todd. I know Tyler probably already said good night. Just Nate, thank you. Good night to you all, every one of you guys. Appreciate you being here. Anybody I missed? Chicago 23, I think. I'll say good night to you as well. El Cap Attic, thank you. Thank you to you guys. And Mind of Milton, thank you. Appreciate you guys. We will talk to you guys next Monday, if not during the week. All right. Lots of unboxing and reviews coming, and I will post a little behind the scenes video. Planning to do that here this week, just to kind of talk a little bit about different things, right? So I do that for the channel members. Just something to think about. All right, guys, have a great one. Again, appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.